Chapter 188. She turned around and left the company to return to the castle. She wanted to see if Lan Wanru had recovered. She wanted to see if she could get lost. If she saw that she could walk on two legs, she would definitely chase her away. If she couldn't walk on two legs, she would ask her family to take her away. Who'd she think she was? Whose territory was the castle? When Tang Bao returned to the castle, she saw Lan Wanru leaning against the bed with her eyes closed. After she entered the room, she opened her eyes. "When are you going to leave?" Tang Bao was furious. "Don't you know that it was Brother Hao Yin who asked me to stay here to recuperate?" Lan Wanru asked. Tang Bao was so angry that her chest heaved up and down. She turned around and left the room. Lan Wanru got down from the bed and walked to the door to look outside. She saw Tang Bao talking on the phone. "Brother Junbai, do you want to take Lan Wanru back? She feels that her body is getting worse and worse." "Yes, she fainted a few times. You know that there's no medicine for her in the castle." "Okay, come quickly then." Lan Wanru turned around and went back into the room. After Tang Bao called Di Junbai, she waited in the hall. Half an hour later, Di Junbai arrived. He was still the familiar him. He was gentle and refined, gentlemanly and reasonable. So, how could he be the kind of person who would frame Di Haoyin? He didn't look like one at all. Besides, how could there be a problem with a man she had taken a fancy to? Wouldn't that be admitting that there was something wrong with her taste? "Brother Junbai." Tang Bao stood up. "You're waiting for me." Di Junbai smiled and asked, "Where's my brother?" "He's in tea. Don't you know?" Tang Bao asked. "He's the person in charge of tea. We might not see him." Di Junbai smiled. "Oh, I see." Tang Bao felt that was the case. In the company, if she didn't leave the office, those people at the bottom wouldn't be able to see her. "Where's Wanru?" Di Junbai asked. "I'll take you to her room." When he went to the room, he didn't see Lan Wanru. Tang Bao said, "Seriously, why is he still running around when he's not feeling well?" He walked out and asked Zhang Li, "Where's that chrysanthemum?" "I saw them go to the back of the castle." Zhang Li said, "Do you want me to call her?" "No need, we'll go." Tang Bao and Di Junbai went to the back to look for Lan Wanru. Was there something wrong with this woman's brain? Didn't he say that he wasn't feeling well? It was obvious that he wanted to stay here and not leave. She wanted to personally take Di Junbai to Lan Wanru, so that she would have nowhere to run and leave with Di Junbai obediently. However, when they finally went to the back of the castle, there was no sign of Lan Wanru. Instead, there were lush green trees and bushes. Although the weather had cooled down, the leaves had not turned yellow yet. Tang Bao was a little stunned by the scenery. He had walked around the castle before, but he had never come here before. It had to be said that this kind of place could only be found by people who were sick. "Looks like she's not here," Di Junbai said. "Huh, don't talk about your sister. She's not healthy and likes to run around," Tang Bao said angrily. "Don't be angry, let's go back. Maybe she's already gone back." "Okay." When the two of them walked back, Tang Bao looked at Di Junbai's handsome face and thought about something. Di Junbai naturally noticed Tang Bao looking at him from time to time, so he stopped and asked, "Do you have something to say?" "Brother Junbai, are you close to second uncle?" Tang Bao asked. "Why do you ask this?" Di Junbai was surprised. "No, I'm just wondering if all fathers and sons are like me and my father, quarreling when they see each other." Tang Bao couldn't say that her father might be a bad person, so she had to keep a distance from him. Even if she didn't keep a distance, she had to stop him from doing something inhumane, right? "I don't quarrel with my father. Our relationship is okay." "That's true. Brother Junbai's personality is so gentle, unlike me. I'm always angry with my father," Tang Bao said. Di Junbai looked at Tang Bao like a dejected pet. He couldn't help but pat her little head and said very gently, "Don't be sad. Even if you quarrel when you see each other, it's because you're close to each other. If you don't care about each other that much, you won't quarrel. What do you think?" Tang Bao was touched by Di Junbai's gentleness. She stared blankly at Di Junbai's smiling eyes. She thought that kind of gaze could melt the strongest ice in the world, right? It could only make people feel warm. Di Haoyin, who had just returned, saw this scene. He saw Tang Bao's head in Di Junbai's palm from afar. Di Hao Ian's anger was extremely terrifying. It was cold and frightening, and full of ruthlessness. Lan Wanru, who couldn't be found, was standing behind him. Looking at Di Hao Ian's gloomy face, she was shocked, but she still told him what she knew. Brother Hao Ian, a few days ago, I saw Tang Bao's photo in my brother's room. It was clipped to the bedside book. I think that if Tang Bao hadn't given that photo to him, Brother Junbai wouldn't have had it, right? I didn't expect Brother Hao Ian to treat Tang Bao so well that she would do that. When Tang Bao turned her head, she saw Di Hao Ian standing not far away. His gloomy face was as scary as the storm before a storm. Tang Bao cursed in her heart. Although she was magnanimous, her interaction with Di Junbai just now still made her feel a little guilty and fearful. After all, she knew very well how possessive Di Hao Ian was. Tang Bao ran up to Di Hao Ian and said, Di Hao Tian Junbai, your brother is here to take Lan Wanru back. She almost called him Brother Junbai. This was what Di Hao Ian had warned her before. At this time, she couldn't call him that. Wouldn't that make things worse? Di Hao Ian only had a cold expression on his face. There was no other emotion. The air was so oppressive that even the three of them couldn't resist it. Then take him back, Di Hao Ian said after a moment. Tang Bao suddenly felt a sense of reluctance to part with Lan Wanru. Was it reluctance? To be exact, she was afraid. Leaving her behind to face Di Hao Ian alone. What would she become? With Lan Wanru around, would she be able to escape this disaster? After all, with an outsider around, the explosive force would be less. When Di Hao Ian looked over with a vicious gaze, Tang Bao couldn't help but take a step back. What? You came back alone, just to meet Di Junbai? On my turf? Di Hao Ian's calm voice hid the stormy waves, which made Tang Bao's heart tremble. What? I wanted Di Junbai to take Lan Wanru back. So you let him touch you? Touch me. Chapter 189. This wasn't considered touching, right? But usually, Di Hao Ian would even look at the opposite sex with an unpleasant expression, let alone being touched on the head. Explain. Di Hao Ian threw out two words. Tang Bao was terrified, but she also felt wronged. She said, How can you blame me for this? If you didn't insist on keeping Lan Wanru here, would I have called Di Junbai over in private? Besides, we came here to look for Lan Wanru. Who knew that Lan Wanru wasn't here? Then, when we talked about my father, Di Junbai saw that I was upset, so he touched my head. You just happened to see it. We didn't do anything. You wanted to do something else? You still think you're in the right? That's right. So what if Brother Junbai touched my head? You even hugged Lan Wanru. Tang Bao thought that it wasn't like she didn't have a temper. Besides, she had been wronged. How could she stand it? She might as well tell him the truth. It was very satisfying to say it all out, but when she saw Di Hao Ian's gloomy and cold expression, she was scared and retreated. Then, she turned and ran. She ran in panic. However, before she could run more than a meter, Di Hao Ian pounced on her. Tang Bao was pressed down on grass. Di Hao Ian's strong body was tightly pressed against her. Above them was a shadow. It seemed like dark clouds were gathering. Di Hao Ian's chiseled face was even more gloomy. Tang Bao couldn't break free no matter how hard she tried. It was as if her whole body was nailed to the grass. Di Hao Ian, what are you doing? Let go of me. Tang Bao roared. You really need to be taught a lesson. Tang Bao was stubborn. Even if I need to be taught a lesson, I don't need you to teach me. Di Hao Ian didn't get angry. Instead, he laughed. Okay, then there's no need to teach me. Tang Bao was stunned. When Tang Bao heard this, she was dumbfounded. Di Hao Ian directly swallowed her small mouth that was slightly open due to shock. Oh, her lips and tongue were bitten so hard that it hurt. Di Hao Ian looked like he was going to eat her up. The Tang Bao struggled. Di Hao Ian, this is outside, Oh. Before he could finish his sentence, he was forcefully stopped. Di Hao Ian nibbled on her face, breathing heavily. His voice was low and hoarse. What? Di Junbai can touch your head here, but I can't do anything? Tang Bao was furious. How could this be the same? Was he crazy? Was he going to do that to her here? Her first time was too shocking. Impossible. Di Hao Ian must be trying to scare her. However, Tang Bao's body tensed up, and she looked terrified. She raised her slender neck and shouted, "Bastard, we're outside." "Ah, we'll be seeing. Oh, don't you like to be outside?" Hmm. Tang Bao's body trembled, and her face turned red. Di Haoyan was really crazy. Just because her head was touched by Di Junbai, he was so domineering. When Di Haoyan took Tang Bao's breath again, Tang Bao's body trembled even more. She couldn't do this. She would be eaten up by Di Haoyan until there was nothing left of her. While she was thinking this, Tang Bao threw the brick in her hand. Ah! Di Haoyan groaned and lay on top of Tang Bao. Tang Bao gasped for breath and pushed Di Haoyan away with great effort. He was really heavy. Tang Bao stood up weakly, and her body trembled slightly. She was really scared. She really wanted to step on Di Haoyan's handsome face. Tang Bao didn't want to stay in the castle any longer. If she stayed, she would be torn apart by Di Haoyan. So she had to run away. Her backpack was on the sofa in the hall. She picked it up, turned around, and left. Zhongli asked, "Where are you going, young madam?" "Running away from home." Tang Bao ran away. Di Haoyan woke up on the grass, and He Ju was standing next to him. Di Haoyan's face was gloomy and terrifying, and his voice was dangerous and frightening. "This is the third time." He Ju thought, "Yes, the third time. We're all counting for you. How can you let young madam get away with it every time?" Tang Bao didn't run back to the Tang family's house. Instead, she dragged Wan Malay to a mountain and sat down to watch the sunset. Tang Bao chewed on the apple in his mouth, crunching noisily. She looked straight ahead. "Are you really going to run away from home?" Wan Malay asked uncertainly. "Do I look fake?" She didn't want to go back. She would be dead if she went back. Even if she went back, she had to wait for Di Haoyan to cool down. It's very fake. People who run away from home have to bring some clothes or something. "Isn't it fine if I have money?" "What clothes?" "It's a burden and will affect my escape," Tang Bao said righteously. "I think it's fine if you run to the Tang family's house. If not, you can sleep in the dormitory. You don't have to run to this deserted mountain, right? If I run to the Tang family's house or the dormitory, won't Di Haoyan find me easily?" Tang Bao said, "Don't tell me you want Di Haoyan to never find you. Just give him a way out. Don't be so serious. Who cares about his way out?" Tang Bao was furious. Wan Malay thought about it. He was really angry. "What did the young emperor do to you? I'm more curious." "He only allows officials to set fires and not the common people to light lamps." Can you be more specific?" "No." Tang Bao chewed a few mouthfuls of the apple and said, "Isn't there a hotel at the foot of the mountain? There's a place to sleep." "Okay, I'll risk my life to accompany you." At this moment, Tang Bao's phone rang. It was especially clear in this mountain. Tang Bao bit the apple indifferently. Wan Malay said, "Why don't you answer it? Look at his attitude. You can't keep running away, right? If he didn't chase after you, you wouldn't have to come to this place to suffer, right?" Tang Bao thought to himself, would Di Haoyan's anger dissipate so quickly? Even if he did, she didn't. However, Tang Bao still answered the phone. "What is it?" "I'll give you an hour to appear in front of me immediately." Di Haoyan suppressed his anger and ordered, "Do you think I'll appear just because you want me to? Let me tell you, I won't go back. If you're happy, go find another one. Who cares about you and your everything? I'm really unlucky. I've been bullied by you in all kinds of ways, and I can't even fight back. Do you have any idea how overbearing you are? Di Junbai can't touch my head, but you can hug another woman. Did I say anything? Did I? You even said that you had a marriage contract with her when you were young. If you had a marriage contract, then go and marry her. In the end, you still say that I'm wrong. Let me tell you, I'm going to run away from home. Far away." Tang Bao shouted and turned off the phone. Then, he threw the phone directly into the cliff in front of him. Wan Malay was dumbfounded. She looked at Tang Bao, who was still angry and had tears in her eyes. She wondered if she didn't know what she had thrown. Afraid that she would be agitated, she whispered, "Baby, you threw the phone." Chapter 190. Wan Malay sighed. Rich people could be willful. However, when she heard what Tang Bao said on the phone just now, She more or less understood what was going on. However, what engagement? Bao, what engagement does the young master have? Wamale asked. She thought that things had developed to such a serious point. It's when Lan Wanru said something about Di Hao Ian's mother telling her to marry Di Hao Ian when she grew up. You're taking this seriously? Wamale was shocked. Why aren't you taking it seriously? This is called the order of the parents. No wonder Di Hao Ian's mother doesn't like me. It seems that there are many reasons why she doesn't like me. Tang Bao squatted on the ground and held her cheeks with her hands. If you're jealous, just say it. Don't hide it from me, Wan Malay said. Tang Bao looked at Wan Malay from the corner of her eyes. Am I jealous? I'm being reasonable. Okay? What's there to be reasonable about? There's no reason between husband and wife. There's only whether you like or not, whether you're jealous, and whether you don't care about the other party. Think about it. If you don't care, how can you quarrel? Tang Bao was silent. She felt that what Wan Malay said was not unreasonable. So, the young master cares about you. Tang Bao had an opinion when she heard this, and it was a big opinion. Are you kidding me? He cares about me? You haven't seen how overbearing he is. He can't wait to eat me. She couldn't even say the 3 obedience and 4 virtues that were posted on the wall at home. That's because he cares about your performance. People who don't have boyfriends shouldn't express their opinions. Tang Bao, let me tell you, don't always expose other people's shortcomings. It's not exposing other people's shortcomings. It's the truth. You're not even allowed to speak the truth. Tang Bao glanced at her. Wan Malay squatted next to her and didn't want to speak. After hanging up the phone, Di Hao Ian called again with an ugly expression. However, he couldn't get through. His expression was so ugly that people didn't dare to approach him. The cold air in the air was even more frightening. He asked, "Can't you find young madam's whereabouts?" Of course Di Hao Ian knew where she was. Most importantly, Tang Bao's words made him want to catch this unruly little thing and give him a good beating. What did she mean by he was engaged to someone else? Since when was there an engagement? When had he ever hugged someone else? Di Hao Ian's dark eyes twisted. The more he thought about it, the more he wanted to slap her Tang Bao to make her behave. How lawless! Di Hao Ian growled. Jew, who was standing at the side, raised his eyelids and thought to himself, "Aren't you the one who spoiled him?" Tang Bao stood at the door of the bathroom in the hotel room. He pinched his nose and said in disdain, "Is this even a bathroom? Isn't that so?" Wan Malay asked. "This is a latrine." "It stinks. A few $dozen a night. How good do you expect it to be? The treatment of a 7-star hotel?" Tang Bao sat down on the chair in the room, helplessly. Looking at the shabby hotel, he felt a wave of bitterness in his heart. She earned a lot of money and came to a place like this. Why was she so stubborn? If Di Hao Ian found out, would he be unhappy again? Tang Bao's face was gloomy. Why was he thinking about Di Hao Ian again? What did it have to do with him where she stayed? "Do you want to take a bath?" Wan Malay asked. "This kind of hotel has the nerve to let us take a bath?" "No, you don't have to either. I'll treat you to a hot spring tomorrow," Tang Bao said. "Okay, I'll play with my phone." "What are you playing with?" Wan Malay laughed at him. Tang Bao regretted throwing away his phone. Then, he blamed this mistake on Di Hao Ian. If it weren't for him, would he have thrown his phone away in anger? Anyway, it was all Di Hao Ian's fault. "I'll watch TV." Just when one of them was playing with his phone and the other was watching TV, they heard a sudden scream from outside. Both of them sat up in fright. "What's going on?" Tang Bao asked. "I'll go and take a look." Wan Malay got out of bed and saw smoke coming in from under the door. It was thick smoke and was getting thicker and thicker. "What's going on?" Wan Malay covered her mouth and nose and quickly went forward to pull the door, but it wouldn't open. "What's going on?" Tang Bao went forward. "Let me do it." But it was useless. The door still wouldn't open. The two of them were choked by the smoke and moved away from the door. "Why won't the door open?" Wan Malay asked in a panic. Tang Bao's expression was one of shock. He tried to pull the window again. The window was closed. This was the consequence of staying in a bad hotel. He picked up a chair and threw it at the window. The glass was smashed, and there was a big hole in the window. "Malay, we can." Tang Bao, whose head popped out of the window, was stunned. "What's wrong?" Wan Malay ran over to take a look. There were sharp wooden sticks under the window, inserted into the ground one by one. The second floor wasn't very high, but if they jumped down like this, wouldn't they poke holes in Tang Bao and Wan Malay's bodies? Is someone trying to kill us? But who did we offend? Wan Malay asked in confusion. I don't know either. Tang Bao looked at the door. There was already fire coming in. Were they trying to burn them to death? Tang Bao's expression was terrible. She was scared too, but she couldn't let Wan Malay and her die here. If it weren't for her, Wan Malay wouldn't have followed her here. She pulled Wan Malay over. Go to the bathroom. Didn't you think it smells? It doesn't smell, but it will burn. As soon as they entered the bathroom, a strong smell assailed their nostrils. But they couldn't care less. Fortunately, there was an air vent in the bathroom. It wasn't very big, but it was enough for Tang Bao and Wan Malay to crawl through. Wan Malay pulled down the net of the air vent, stepped on a chair, and put her head in. There was a ventilation pipe inside, enough for her to crawl through. She couldn't help but be happy. The two of us don't have to die here. Then you climb up first. What about you? If you climb up, I'll climb up. Hurry up, I'm going to choke to death. Tang Bao dipped a cloth in water and covered her mouth and nose. But her eyes still couldn't take it. She was going blind. Wan Malay didn't delay anymore. With Tang Bao blocking the chair, she climbed up. Then she climbed up. Wan Malay entered the ventilation pipe and looked down at Tang Bao and said, Hurry up, I'll pull you up. Tang Bao flung the cloth in her hand and climbed up, but she got stuck in her chest. Tang Bao broke out in cold sweat. No way, right? Wan Malay was also anxious. Pull in your chest. Tang Bao held her breath and tried her best to push up, but she still couldn't go up. Her chest hurt so much that she could only go down. She kept rubbing her chest. Hurry up. Try again. Wan Malay was anxious. The fire was about to burn into the bathroom. Tang Bao thought that she'd better try again. However, it still didn't work this time. No matter how hard she tried, her chest couldn't get through. Stop pulling. I'm in pain, Tang Bao said weakly. She choked on the smoke and almost fainted. What do you mean stop pulling? Do you want to die? Chapter 191. Tang Bao lost his balance and lost his footing on the chair, falling down. Tang Bao fell, but she didn't fall to the ground. A figure quickly flashed over and hugged her. Tang Bao choked and couldn't open her eyes. She couldn't see the person who hugged her. She only heard Wan Malay's surprised voice. Young Master D, Hao Yin asked, Are you going to go up or down? Wan Malay looked at the ventilation pipe behind her and said, I don't know. Come down. The fire was too big. The three of them and Hiju all went down from the window. The sharp wooden sticks under the window were removed. They reached the bottom safely. Wan Malay didn't choke as badly as Tang Bao. Wan Malay didn't smoke when she was in the ventilation pipe. Baby? Hao Yin hugged Tang Bao and tried to wake her up. Tang Bao saw the person in front of her clearly and punched him. Hao Yin, you want to burn me to death, right? How can I bear to? Hao Yin kissed her forehead. All his anger was gone. Only the heartache of regaining what he had lost. He couldn't imagine what would have happened to Tang Bao if he had come a little later. Then you still treated me like that. Tang Bao felt wronged. She didn't care whether Wan Malay was present or not. Her tears fell like beads. It's me, okay? I won't do it again. After getting into the car, Tang Bao still had some lingering fear. She didn't speak and nestled in Hao Yin's safe embrace. The car had already left the hotel, but Tang Bao still couldn't believe what she had just experienced. Hao Yin, why is the hotel burning all of a sudden? And my door couldn't be opened. Even the window we came down from was filled with sharp wooden sticks. Did someone want to rob and kill me? That's not right. Didn't the fire burn all the money away? He lost more than he gained, Tang Bao said. I'll investigate this matter. Hao Yin's black eyes flashed with malice, but he covered it up when he said the next sentence. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything. No matter how angry you get next time, you're not allowed to run away from home. Okay? Hao Yin's face darkened. Who asked you to do that to me? Tang Bao pouted, feeling wronged and innocent. Where can't I get it? You're my wife. You're made for me. Hao Yin, Try to make her accept the reality. But why did you do it on the grass? Tang Bao's face turned red as he added, isn't that part of the 3 obediences and 4 virtues? Then let's go back. Di Hao Ian looked at her shocked expression and her words. She was so cute that he wanted to rub her into his body. He had almost done that. He trapped her in his arms and devoured her little mouth again and again. He felt her velvety lips and tongue and Tang Bao's rapid breathing. It made his heart tighten. He bit Tang Bao's earlobe and panted softly. Remember, if you want to escape from me, you have to escape beyond the earth. Tang Bao trembled sensitively. She didn't know if it was because of her body's sensitivity or because of Di Hao Ian's words. It made her pant even harder. Unless she escaped beyond the earth. Would that really happen? Just like when she was in danger, Di Hao Ian's mood suddenly dropped. Because he would find her no matter what. It was Wan Malay's first time going to Di Hao Ian's castle. From the moment she entered, her mouth was wide open and she couldn't close it. Can you stop acting like you haven't seen the world? You're almost drooling, Tang Bao said. Wan Malay immediately wiped her saliva. When she realized that she wasn't drooling, she glared at Tang Bao. I don't believe that you weren't like me when you first came in. I was amazed, but not like you. You're bragging. Anyway, bragging is free. The two of them ate a delicious meal in the dining hall. Di Hao Ian wasn't around, so Wan Malay dared to do so. I can imagine what kind of life you're living. F***CK. It's so delicious, Wan Malay said with emotion. Then you should eat more. Don't mess with young Master D in the future. There's only one king in D City. Everyone else is rushing to get it. Don't give the opportunity to others. It'll be too late for you to cry. Wan Malay wasn't scaring her. She was telling the truth. If it weren't for the fact that Di Hao Ian was surrounded by bodyguards, the women around Di Hao Ian would definitely flock to him. Only this guy didn't know the danger. Is the food not delicious? It's delicious. Then why can't I shut your mouth? At night, Tang Bao sat in the bathtub and took a bath. Di Hao Ian told her to take a bath. After soaking for a while, she felt that the tense nerves in her body relaxed. It was really dangerous. If Di Hao Ian didn't appear, she would have been burned to death. No, she would first choke to death and then be burned to death. Di Hao Ian said that he would investigate. She didn't know if someone really wanted to kill her. It couldn't be that they wanted to kill Wan Malay, right? Wan Malay didn't offend anyone, but she didn't offend anyone either. It was really strange. The bathroom door opened. Tang Bao was stunned and instinctively covered her chest with a bath towel. I'm not done yet. Di Hao Ian stood there, and the large number of lights in the bathroom were almost covered by his tall and straight figure. When you were escaping, why didn't you climb into the ventilation pipe first? Tang Bao thought, why did he ask this? Aren't we the same? How can we be the same? To me, your life is more important than anyone else's. Di Hao Ian told her this sternly. Tang Bao thought to herself, Wan Malay is my only friend. She went to that place because of me. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been burnt. But Tang Bao also knew that this reason was not enough to convince Di Hao Ian. Di Hao Ian's domineering and forceful attitude was not something that could be dealt with by reason. She said, I didn't want to do this. Actually, I couldn't go up. I was stuck. Tang Bao blushed as she spoke. Are you hurt? No. Tang Bao quickly shook her head, but she still didn't stop Di Hao Ian's actions. She stepped forward and pulled the bath towel away. There was a red line on one side of her snow-white skin, like a ravaged beauty. Di Hao Ian's hand touched it. His eyes were deep, and his voice was low and hoarse. Does it hurt? I don't hurt. Tang Bao dodged and tried to escape Di Hao Ian's hand. Di Hao Ian let go of her, stood up, and walked out of the bathroom. Tang Bao heaved a huge sigh of relief. After Di Hao Ian went out, she immediately washed the bubbles off her body, dried her body, and put on her pajamas. Then, she hurried out of the bathroom. She didn't see Di Hao Ian in the bedroom. Where did he go? Chapter 192. Then, he heard He Ju talking to Di Hao Ian. Young Master D, this matter is strange. I've checked the hotel. The doors of the other rooms are all fine. Only the door of young madam's room has a wooden stick stuck in it. Are they trying to kill her? Di Hao Ian's voice was extremely eerie in the silent castle. I'm thinking that this matter might have something to do with Di Lingwei. Other than him, there can't be anyone else. Tang Bao, who was hiding in the dark, was shocked. Di Lingwei? Second uncle? It seemed that Yu Lianlian's words were true. However, this was too cruel. Di Hao Ian was his nephew. Did he have any humanity left? Tang Bao was absolutely shocked. To prevent Di Hao Ian from finding out, he turned around and returned to the room. Tang Bao, who was leaning against the headboard, thought about what had happened to her. The fire was only used to deal with Di Hao Ian. If she wasn't Di Hao Ian's wife, she wouldn't have been targeted. However, Tang Bao wasn't the kind of person who would be afraid when faced with trouble. There were many reasons for her to divorce Di Hao Ian, but this would not be one of them. Tang Bao turned over and sighed in his heart. Being born into a wealthy family wasn't a carefree place. Even if you had money, you had to be alive to spend it. The more difficult it was, the more Tang Bao felt that Di Hao Ian was awesome. Not only was he alive and well, but he was also standing at the peak of the world. No one could compare to him. When Di Hao Ian went in with the ointment, Tang Bao was already lying on the bed, asleep. She was lying on her side, her two slender, white legs swinging wildly. Di Hao Ian sat on the edge of the bed, held her tender white feet, and scratched the soles of her feet with his fingers. Tang Bao retracted her feet, turned over, and lay flat on her back. Only then did Di Hao Ian lift up his pajamas, revealing the two red marks on his chest. They were even clearer after the shower. This scar made Di Hao Ian's black eyes fill with hostility. His expression was dark and dangerous. If this was an accident, then Di Hao Ian would have lived in vain. However, if he found out who was behind this, even if that person was Di Lingwei, he would not show any mercy. He had already warned Di Lingwei that he might still be able to live if he injured him, but not if he injured Tang Bao. If Di Lingwei wasn't tired of living, then there must be someone else. Then, who could it be? The image of Di Hao Ian applying ointment to his chest could easily make one's blood boil. Tang Bao felt itchy all over her body. She groaned twice, trying to get rid of the thing that disturbed her sleep. However, her little hand was caught, and she had no choice but to wake up. She opened her sleepy eyes and saw Di Hao Ian. When she looked at herself again, she was scared away. "You, what are you doing?" Di Hao Ian's face darkened because of Tang Bao's reaction. "What can I do?" Tang Bao was stunned by Di Hao Ian's cold expression. She thought to herself, "What are you trying to do?" Then, she saw the ointment in Di Hao Ian's hand. She lowered her head and understood. Tang Bao's face turned red. She didn't know what to say. Just as she was about to tighten the collar of her pajamas, she heard Di Hao Ian's low voice. "Leave it open." "Why?" Tang Bao was dissatisfied. Di Hao Ian got up and left. Tang Bao looked at Di Hao Ian, who was going to the bathroom, and pouted. Then, she continued to lean on the bed. Lying on the bed, her upper body was exposed, and her legs were exposed. This scene didn't look very harmonious. It was as if she was lying on the bed in a seductive position. She couldn't do this. Tang Bao thought about it, used her pajamas to hide her legs, and covered them with the blanket. However, when she looked at her upper body, she still felt very seductive. It was as if she was deliberately summoning something. But she didn't dare to disobey Di Hao Ian's orders. It was probably because the ointment was still wet, so she left it open. She took a nap just now. Now that she woke up, she didn't feel sleepy anymore. Tang Bao opened her eyes wide in boredom, and her eyes darted around. When Di Hao Ian walked out of the bathroom, Tang Bao saw the bullet scar on Di Hao Ian's abdomen and thought of the dark side of the Di family. Tang Bao also understood that if there was no Di Hao Ian, then the tea would fall on Di Lingwei. Di Hao Ian didn't have any children now. How sinister. "What are you doing?" Tang Bao, who was lost in her thoughts, was grabbed by one of her hands. Before she understood what was going on, Di Hao Ian didn't pay attention to her. She was turned over and lay on Di Hao Ian's lap. "Di Hao Ian, what are you doing?" Then, Di Hao Ian slapped Tang Bao's perky buttocks. "Slap." "Ah!" Tang Bao shouted in pain. Her buttocks were suddenly burning with pain. Di Haoyan, what are you doing? Are you still running? Tang Bao was in so much pain that she kept screaming. Was this person crazy? I ran, so you hit my buttocks. Are you stupid? Are you still running next time? I'll run. Tang Bao didn't finish her words. She was slapped again, and the pain made her scream again. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Are you running? I'm not running. Tang Bao didn't dare to be stubborn. If she continued to be stubborn, her buttocks would bloom. Are you sure? Di Haoyan asked in a dangerous voice. I'm sure. Louder. I can't hear you. Tang Bao gritted her teeth and cursed in her heart. Demon, big demon. But she still said honestly, I'm sure. I'm very sure. I won't run next time. Only then was Tang Bao flipped over. She couldn't help but stare at Di Haoyan with tears in her eyes. You hit me because I ran. Aren't you too much? Tang Bao pouted and asked. Then do you think I can do it in another way? Can't you? Tang Bao asked pitifully. Di Haoyan raised his dark eyes. So you want me to exhaust you to death? Tang Bao's nerves tensed up. She felt a sense of danger in hindsight. I'm not referring to that. You only have two choices. Then I'll hit you. Tang Bao had no other choice. She really missed Di Haoyan's gentleness when she was rescued. Now that he saw that she was fine, he started to be ruthless. This kind of unpredictable man was really scary. Di Haoyan's deep gaze fell on Tang Bao's chest, which was exposed because of the torment, and his eyes turned dark green. Tang Bao felt like she couldn't protect her buttocks and chest. She put her two small hands in front of her body and shrank back. She whispered, You're hurt. It's okay. I'll touch other places. Don't other places? Where? Before Tang Bao could finish her words, she was pressed down on the bed. Tang Bao still felt pain when she woke up in the morning. She looked at the mirror and saw the five-finger mountain. Bastard, bastard, bastard. Who are you scolding? Di Haoyan's tall figure appeared in the mirror. Chapter 193. She thought that people should be cowardly when they should be. Are you in a good mood because you felt good last night? In the mirror, Tang Bao's face was very red. I didn't expect you to feel so good just rubbing outside. If you really do it, won't you feel so good that you'll cry? Tang Bao's face was so red that it was about to bleed. She didn't want to listen anymore, so she turned and ran out of the bathroom. She ran to the cloakroom where Di Haoyan wasn't. Tang Bao couldn't calm down. She didn't understand why the magic of one hand was so strong. If they really did it, would the feeling be even stronger? How uncontrollable and terrifying would that be? Would she die? But didn't others say that it would be very painful? Tang Bao had the dilemma of adolescence. In the morning, she left the room first. As soon as she went downstairs, Zhongli ran over. She looked a little uneasy. Young madam, that day I really saw Lan Chrysanthemum go to the back of the castle. I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't do it on purpose. Who said you did it on purpose? Tang Bao asked in confusion. But if I didn't say that the chrysanthemum was behind, young madam wouldn't have gone there, and young madam and young Master D wouldn't have misunderstood. It has nothing to do with you. Don't burden yourself. Didn't Tang Bao know that? She knew how scheming Lan Wanru was. He knew that she and Di Junbai were behind the castle and deliberately led Di Haoyan there. He was really good at scheming. Tang Bao, who was walking to the dining room, suddenly thought of something and shouted, Oh! Zhongli was startled and ran over. What's wrong? What's wrong? Di Haoyan, who was going downstairs, appeared in front of Tang Bao and hugged her. His dark eyebrows were knitted. Were you feeling unwell? My bag. The black card in it is all money. Seeing that Di Haoyan's expression was not good, Tang Bao asked carefully, Can't you get it back? In the room. I didn't notice. You got it back? Oh my God, that scared me to death. How much money did we lose? Zhongli smiled at the side. It's okay. Even if you lose it, young master can cancel it. You won't lose a single cent. Why didn't you say so earlier? Zhongli, who didn't ask, at this moment, Di Haoyan's cold voice sounded. Where's your phone? M-phone? That should have dropped it. Tang Bao rolled his eyes twice and then ran into the restaurant. She sat in front of the table and ate with her head lowered. Then, a new cell phone was placed beside her hand. Is this for me? Tang Bao knew it was unnecessary to ask this question because it was suitable for girls. But asking was a way to show her reserved attitude. You can throw it again next time, Di Haotian said. Tang Bao could not tell if he was joking or not. In the company office, Wan Malay, who had finished his work, ran to Tang Bao and asked, "Young master, did you find out who was behind this?" "No. Really? How can it be so fast?" Tang Bao thought for a while and said, "Even if you didn't find out, I feel that it's not far from the truth. There's a suspect? Who? It's the dark side of the D family that you told me about last time." "Ah, what does that have to do with the two of us?" "Well, not Di Haotian." Wan Malay was so shocked that she almost shouted out. "That's right. What's in it for second uncle to kill the two of us? It's easy to expose his whereabouts. Is he stupid?" Tang Bao felt very strange. He could not figure it out. Wan Malay was also thinking about it, and suddenly realized, "I know." "Know what?" "Think about it. If you were burned to death, who would suffer the most? You?" "No." Tang Bao was unhappy. "You won't even feel the pain if I'm burned to death. What a waste of a friend. I mean, the most painful. Won't you be the most painful? F***. Can't you speak properly?" Wan Malay wanted to beat someone up. Tang Bao pouted. "Then who would suffer the most? If you were burned to death, wouldn't the young master be the most painful?" Wan Malay told her, seeing Di Haotian in pain and finally being overwhelmed by grief, he would follow you. Wouldn't second uncle of the D family win? Tang Bao's black and white eyes faintly turned to Wan Malay. "What the hell are you talking about? Di Haotian in pain? Unable to recover and dying with me? I say, can you read less of those unrealistic CEO novels? What's wrong? Did I say something wrong? Look at the way young master looks at you. And after saving you yesterday, he hugged you and didn't let go. That affectionate and scared expression, he will definitely take things too hard because of you." Tang Bao felt that Wan Malay's words were even more unbelievable. The sky was so dark last night. How could she see so clearly? Why didn't she see it? Why don't you believe me? Of course not. With Di Haotian's qualifications, if I die, he will definitely immediately turn around and marry someone else. Don't forget why he married me. Without me, he might be happier. You're a little heartless, Wan Malay said. Then she asked, "Then tell me, what is second uncle of the D family's intention? He has no feud with you." Tang Bao really couldn't say it. Other than the fact that she was Di Haotian's wife, there was no value in dealing with her. This kind of person has a psychological problem. If I don't like you, I will kill all the people you care about. This is the most terrifying revenge in the world. Do you understand? Tang Bao turned to look at Wan Malay. What? Wan Malay felt uncomfortable under her gaze. You're good. You can even think of such thoughts. I think you're better than Di Lingua. But I like it. Do you think I'm wrong? Yes. Tang Bao nodded. Fortunately, you didn't marry Di Junbai back then. Otherwise, with such a father-in-law, he will definitely drag you down in the future. What a close call. Why don't you say that after I marry Di Junbai, Di Lingua won't deal with me? Aren't you afraid that young master will skin you alive if he hears this? Tang Bao didn't say anything. When it was almost time to get off work, Tang Bao was playing games when Di Haotian called. Tang Bao understood very well. Usually, when Di Haotian called at this time, nothing good would happen. It caused her to be traumatized. "Hello," she said weakly. "Bao Bao, I won't be going back for dinner tonight. You go back to the castle yourself." Di Haotian's deep and pleasant voice came through, but his words were not pleasant at all. "Got it. I'll go back after dinner. Up to you." After Tang Bao hung up the phone, she shouted at Wan Malay, "Malay, I'll treat you to dinner." The black military luxury car stopped in front of a residential area, but the people inside did not get out of the car. Chapter 194. Hiju opened the car door, and Di Haotian's tall figure appeared. Xiao Rui was even more excited when she saw him. "Haotian, are you here to have dinner with me? Get in." Di Haotian's face was expressionless. Xiao Rui did not hesitate and quickly got in the car. In a residential building not far away, Yu Lian, who was leaning against the window, had already taken a picture of the scene with her phone. She was filming here, and she did not expect to see such an interesting thing. After Xiao Rui got in the car, she could not hide the joy on her face. She had not sat in Di Hao Yan's car for a long time. Why did Di Hao Yan come to her? Was he tired of the Tang Bao? That must be it. Marrying the Tang Bao was just to repay a debt of gratitude, but it was not for her. Although she thought this in her heart, she still pretended not to understand and asked, "Why did you suddenly invite me to dinner? You surprised me. It seems that you have been doing well recently." Di Hao Yan looked at her coldly. "No matter how good it is, it can't be compared to the past. For me, the time when I had you was the happiest," Xiao Rui said. Di Hao Yan was indifferent to Xiao Rui's words. He looked at her with his dark eyes and threw the photos next to the seat to Xiao Rui. Xiao Rui took the photos. When she saw what was in the photos, her face changed. How could this be unimaginable? Di Hao Yan's voice was cold without any warmth. I don't know why you took my photos. I don't know anything." After the shock, Xiao Rui tried to calm down and hide it. "You don't have to explain, because there's nothing that I can't find out." Xiao Rui's face turned pale, and she stared blankly at the photos in her hands, speechless. "When I asked you to come back, I gave you a lot of fantasies. I gave you so much money, thinking that you could see the reality clearly. It seems that it's my fault for letting you use my money to hurt the people I care about." Di Hao Yan was calm, as if he was narrating a story. Xiao Rui's whole body tensed up, and she was trembling in fear. "Do you want to die?" Di Hao Yan asked coldly. Xiao Rui was so scared that she fell off her chair. I don't want to die. This time, I won't dare to do it again. I beg you, when you wanted her to die, didn't you think of this outcome?" Di Hao Yan grabbed Xiao Rui's face and lifted it up forcefully. His dark eyes were full of malice. "You shouldn't have a face similar to hers. You don't deserve it." Xiao Rui's face turned ashen. Tang Bao and Wan Malay were having dinner. Wan Malay asked, "Shall we go shopping after dinner?" "What are you shopping for?" "I'm just looking around. Isn't this how we should play at our age? Besides, the young master won't go back so early. If you go back, you'll be alone. What's the point?" "That's true." The two of them finished their meal and prepared to go shopping. Then, he went to the Ling brand store. As soon as she entered, she found the person who made her want to kick him. Lan Wanru. Lan Wanru was looking at bags. After Tang Bao and the others entered, he also saw it. His face was cold. Tang Bao thought to himself, "Who would be happy to see you? You should just keep a cold face." Tang Bao and Wan Malay were looking at bags by themselves. Coincidentally, Tang Bao and Lan Wanru had their eyes on the same bag. When Tang Bao wanted to take it, Lan Wanru also wanted to take it. "Are you sure you want to snatch it from me?" Tang Bao directly pulled him over. Lan Wanru was so angry that his face turned ugly. He said, "You'd better look at the price on it. Brother Hao Yan doesn't give you enough pocket money to buy it." Tang Bao found it very interesting and asked, "Then how much pocket money do you think Di Hao Yan will give me every month? At least I can't afford such a bag." "You're so confident." Tang Bao looked Lan Wanru up and down and asked, "Let me ask you, how much pocket money can you get when you're living under someone else's roof?" "I don't need pocket money. The money my parents left me is enough for me to spend for the rest of my life." "What a coincidence. I can't spend all the money my father left me. There's also a company that's making a lot of money. Don't tell me you don't know. Do I still need Di Hao Yan to give me pocket money?" Lan Wanru's expression changed, but he immediately calmed himself down and said, "So what? No matter how much you spend the money your parents left behind, Brother Hao Yan won't give you much." Wan Malay listened as she looked at the bag. She had no intention of going forward to help at all. She felt that Lan Wanru would be very angry later. "Indeed, he didn't give me much, but I don't have to pay for this store. Why would I bring money?" Tang Bao asked innocently. "What do you mean?" Lan Wanru's expression changed. "I forgot to tell you that Di Hao Yan has already bought the Ling brand and given it to me. Naturally, I don't need to spend any money." "I don't believe you." Lan Wanru's face began to turn pale. "You don't believe me? Tang Bao thought, "It doesn't matter if you don't believe me. I'll make you believe me completely." Then he said to the shop assistant, "In the future, don't sell anything to her. Understand?" "Yes." Lan Wanru couldn't believe it. How much did it cost to buy this brand? Di Hao Ian actually gave it to Tang Bao. Why did he give it to her? She still couldn't believe it and questioned the shop assistant. "You're acting, right?" The shop assistant said, "We're not acting. Miss Tang has already been the owner of the Ling brand since last month." Lan Wanru was so shocked that she took a step back. Belle, who was behind her, quickly supported her. However, Lan Wanru pushed her away forcefully. Her face was pale as she looked at the smug Tang Bao. "You haven't fainted yet? Wait a minute." Tang Bao reached for her bag and pulled out a card, magnifying it in front of Lan Wanru's eyes. "Look carefully. What is this?" "Supreme. Black card." Lan Wanru was stunned. Then her eyes rolled back and she fainted. Miss. Belle was scared out of her wits. Then she and the driver scrambled to get Lan Wanru out of the store and quickly left. She should be sent to the hospital. Tang Bao sneered. It seemed that Lan Wanru could tell at a glance that was Di Hao Ian's supreme black card. Wasn't that a lot of drugs? Wan Malay patted Tang Bao's shoulder. "Are you trying to kill her? She didn't faint and you just took out the black card? Who asked her to frame me last time? If it wasn't for her, the two of us wouldn't have run to the hotel to sleep and almost been burned to death. So she's the culprit? If you had said so earlier, I would have kicked her twice just now. What's wrong with you?" "What?" Wan Malay didn't understand Tang Bao's question. "Why didn't you help me when I was arguing with Lan Wanru?" "Help who?" At this moment, Tang Bao's cell phone rang. He took it out and saw that it was Di Hao Ian. Why was he calling at this time? Chapter 195. Tang Bao was so angry that her face was about to contort. "You're allowed to eat outside, but I'm not allowed to eat and go shopping?" However, Tang Bao didn't dare to be rude to Di Hao Ian, especially when Di Hao Ian yelled at her. Her little heart trembled, but she didn't want others to see her terrified look. She walked out of the restaurant and said, "Don't tell me you're already back. I was afraid that you'd be bored in the castle alone, so I came back to accompany you after I finished my business. But you're having so much fun that I can't even see you." Tang Bao touched her nose guiltily. I didn't know you'd come back so early. Didn't I say I'd come back after eating?" Di Hao Ian's questioning voice was very dangerous. "How would I know if you're telling the truth? How much longer?" Di Hao Ian suppressed his anger and asked, "I've just started shopping." Tang Bao thought for a while and said, "I'll pick you up now." "I'll go back now," Tang Bao said immediately. After saying that, she hung up the phone with a bang. Tang Bao looked at the sky helplessly. Di Hao Ian had specially finished his business and came back to accompany her. If she didn't go back, it wouldn't make sense. The point was, she didn't dare not to go back. After returning to the castle, just as she entered the European-style gate, she saw Zhang Li waiting for her outside. "Young madam, young Master D is unhappy. Don't provoke him. It's okay." I could hear how unhappy he was on the phone. Sigh, it's really hard to be a person. It's even harder to be Di Hao Ian's woman. Tang Bao shook her head. "It's hard for you to come out and tell me. Do you also think that your master is particularly difficult to serve? That's the right way to think." Tang Bao sighed and went in. Zhang Li. After entering, Di Hao Ian was sitting on the sofa in the hall with a dark face. When he saw her, his long and narrow eyes narrowed. Tang Bao almost staggered and fell. No wonder Zhang Li wanted to help her get some fresh air. "Where are you from?" Di Hao Ian asked in an unfriendly tone. "I was in Ling City when you called me. I came back as soon as I hung up. It only takes an hour to return from this distance, but you took an entire hour and 15 minutes. There was a bit of a traffic jam. If you get stuck in traffic again, give me a call. I'll get the helicopter to pick you up." What else could Tang Bao say? She couldn't say anything, just because he was 15 minutes late. Tang Bao walked over, glanced at Di Hao Ian and asked, "What did you have for dinner?" "Just eat whatever you want." "Have you changed the gauze on your hand?" Tang Bao's gaze fell on Di Hao Ian's hand and asked. Di Hao Ian's dark eyes were slightly stunned. The gauze on her hand was different from the one in the morning. This little thing was actually so meticulous. He really liked her cleverness. I moved my wound on the way here and changed the gauze. I told you it was different from the one in the morning. How could you be so careless? What did the doctor say? Is the wound serious? If it tears again, it will be more troublesome for it to heal, right? Tang Bao said. Baby, are you worried about me? Di Hao Ian's eyes were teasing. I'm worried that you'll ask me to feed you again. Tang Bao didn't admit it. Di Hao Ian looked at the way her eyes were flickering. It was as if a cat's paw was scratching his heart. It made him want to do all kinds of bad things to her. He wanted to see her cry and scream under him. The next day, Tang Bao was playing games in his office. A message from Master popped up on his phone screen. Tang Bao was stunned. It seemed that he hadn't heard from Master for a long time. She didn't take the initiative to look for him either. But what did he send her? Tang Bao was speechless when he opened it. Master, baby, do you miss me? Alluring Bao, of course not. Master, I miss you. Alluring Bao, don't you have a wife? Master, I'm thinking about my wife. Tang Bao thought that she was thinking too much. Alluring Bao, why are you looking for me if you miss your wife? Master, what are you busy with? Alluring Bao, playing games. Master, I'm playing with you. Alluring Bao, really? You know how to play? Master, yes. Tang Bao felt that it was interesting. So, she had a secret comrade? Would she win if they fought? I say, don't you think this isn't very good? Wan Malay faintly swayed behind Tang Bao. You peeked at me chatting. Tang Bao, is this Master the young emperor? Wan Malay said. How is that possible? Chatting with you and playing games with you. I think only the young emperor would dote on you so much. Wan Malay said jokingly. After saying that, she went back to her seat. However, Wan Malay's words made Tang Bao stunned. Her mind seemed to have been woken up by something. At first, Tang Bao felt that this friend request was very strange. She thought that someone from the public relations department added her. At that time, she was thinking too much and didn't think about anything else. She didn't want to think about it. Now, the more she thought about it, the more she felt that there was something wrong with this friend. Because even if she added her, she had to get her consent, right? Why was she in the friend list? Later, when she met with Di Hao Ian, Tang Bao suddenly felt her scalp go numb. The more she thought about it, the more she felt that this person was like Di Hao Ian. Tang Bao looked at her master for a long time. Then she typed, Ask what? Ask for his name? She asked the first time, but he didn't tell her. This time, he wouldn't tell her either. Would he tell her if she asked his wife's name? If it was Di Hao Ian, he definitely wouldn't let her find out. At night, when Di Hao Ian was taking shower, Tang Bao touched Di Hao Ian's cell phone. Tang Bao never touched Di Hao Ian's cell phone. This time, she wanted to find out the truth. She swiped the screen and found that there was no password. Then, Tang Bao saw the same chat software as hers. She opened the software again. When she saw the word master and the chat history with charming Bao she almost smashed her cell phone. This was a lie. A lie. He even pretended to be calm. The last time they met, she was scared. Tang Bao was furious. Di Hao Ian was definitely a super great demon of the century. The cell phone suddenly vibrated. Tang Bao was so scared that she almost threw her cell phone away. She took a closer look. Gulinshan? Tang Bao curled her lips in disdain. She stood at the bathroom door with her cell phone and called the person inside. Di Hao Ian, your call. Who is it? It's someone you don't want me to say the name of. Tang Bao was very vengeful. Leave it. Oh. Tang Bao threw the cell phone on the bedside table and let it vibrate. She turned over to the bed and played with her cell phone. When she saw the chat software on her cell phone, Tang Bao was going crazy. Especially when she saw her master quietly sitting there. She wanted to bite him to death. How dare he tease her like this? Tang Bao made up her mind. She wouldn't confront Di Hao Ian. Since he wanted to lie to her, she might as well beat him at his own game. Oomph. After Di Hao Ian came out, she played with her cell phone calmly. Chapter 196. Tang Bao glanced at Di Hao Ian. On his chiseled face, his dark eyebrows were slightly furrowed. She couldn't hear what Gu Linshan said on the other end, but it was definitely not something good. Tang Bao wanted to continue looking at Di Haoyan's face, but Di Haoyan turned away. She couldn't see anything. She only heard Di Haoyan's unhappy voice. Do you mean now? Yes, now. What about tomorrow? She can't run away if I don't sleep with her for one night. Di Haoyan hung up the phone without hesitation. He only turned around after calming down the irritation in his heart. Tang Bao looked at Di Haoyan, who looked upset, and asked, "What's the matter?" "I'm going to the Middle East. Something happened to Gu Linshin. He's dying?" Tang Bao asked bluntly. But it was also the truth. If he wasn't dying, why was he in such a hurry? Something like that. "Are you going now?" Di Haoyan walked over and sat on the edge of the bed. He touched Tang Bao's face with his big hand. Her petite face was too small to hold. "Ju stays here. I'll come back as soon as possible." Di Haoyan didn't want to leave Tang Bao alone to sleep here at this time. But Gu Linshin had helped him before. Gu Linshin usually didn't ask for help from others. It must be a tricky matter that he couldn't handle at this time. "Why does Ju stay with me? There's no need for that. Let him follow you." It was obvious. Going to the Middle East wouldn't be a good thing. "I'm relieved to leave him here. How long will you be there?" "A week at the latest." Tang Bao nodded. She didn't want to show her disappointment. Di Haoyan's face suddenly pressed against hers, and his thin lips devoured her lips. Tang Bao's long eyelashes fluttered, but she didn't push him away. She let him devour her. Di Haoyan left by helicopter. Tang Bao ran downstairs and chased after him. Di Haoyan stood in front of the plane and looked at her. Tang Bao's heart tightened, as if it would break at any moment. Then, he watched as Di Haoyan boarded the plane. The cabin door closed, and the plane took off. The grass under the ground was blown in waves. Tang Bao's long hair was also messed up by the wind. However, who would care about this? All that was left was her messy hair and her small face that was even fairer in the night. Zhang Li and Li In stood in the distance and looked at the motionless Tang Bao on the lawn. He didn't feel good either, especially Zhang Li, who had revealed his feelings. "What should we do?" The young master went to the Middle East. Didn't he leave the young madam alone in the castle? How pitiful. Lian glanced at her and said, "The young emperor will come back. Of course I know I'll be back, but it'll be a few days later. The young madam is guarding the empty room alone every day. Don't you think it's pitiful?" After Zhang Li finished speaking, he saw Tang Bao walking over. He immediately stopped saying such discouraging words. He was afraid that Tang Bao would feel even worse if he heard it. Tang Bao lowered his head and walked past them without saying a word. That dejected and pitiful look made Zhang Li's motherly love overflow. Then, Zhang Li and Li In silently followed behind him and returned to the castle. They silently watched Tang Bao go upstairs and return to his room. His desolate back view was simply, Zhang Li sighed. But before he could finish exhaling, "I'm free. The great devil is finally gone. I'm so happy." Tang Bao rushed out of the room. He was happy as he ran, as excited as if he had been injected with chicken blood. Zhang Li, "Leon." Tang Bao immediately leaned on the guardrail and said to everyone, "I'm telling you, I'm the one who has the final say in the castle. Whatever I want to eat, whatever I want to play, whatever time I want to play, whatever time I want to play, whatever time I want to shop, as late as I want to shop. Ha 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 ha." After saying that, Tang Bao bounced back to his room. The door was slammed shut. Lian silently looked at Zhang Li, as if to ask, "Didn't you say that she was pitiful?" Then, he turned around and left. Zhang Li was speechless. How could he have known that the young madam would make such a big change? Who would have thought? As soon as Di Haoyan left, Tang Bao stretched and began to play games. No matter what, she wouldn't go to bed until 11 o'clock. It was great that Di Haoyan wasn't around. He could play as he pleased. However, just as it was 10 o'clock, Tang Bao's eyes began to feel sleepy. The sound of knocking on the door made Tang Bao's whole body tremble. Zhang Li's voice said, "Young madam, you can sleep now. It's not good for your health to sleep too late." "I'm already asleep." Tang Bao roared. "Zhang Li, why are you still talking when you're asleep?" Tang Bao originally wanted to play for another half an hour to pass this level. When Zhongli shouted, she yawned even faster. So, she didn't even turn off the computer and fell on the bed. She closed her eyes and went to sleep. Tang Bao, who slept until midnight, habitually touched the person next to her. However, she didn't touch anything. She couldn't help but wake up. Only then did she remember that Di Haoyan had returned to the Middle East. Tang Bao laid down in a daze again. Tang Bao went to the company and immediately said to Wan Malay, I didn't have enough shopping last night. Let's continue today. Can I trust you again? Wan Malay's trust in Tang Bao had obviously fallen to the negatives. Of course. I'll treat you to a meal today, and then we'll go shopping. We can even watch a movie. Didn't you say that there's a blockbuster screening last time? Let's go watch it after shopping. Are you okay? Do you really want to watch it? I don't want you to run away after watching half of it. Last night, Tang Bao ran away after receiving Di Haoyan's call. Her memory wasn't that bad. Definitely not. Tang Bao promised. But Wan Malay thought for a moment and said, Forget it. I'm not going. Why? Because you're not trustworthy. Di Haoyan went to the Middle East. Do you believe me now? Tang Bao said helplessly. I believe you. You're hurting your self-esteem. Tang Bao was depressed. What self-esteem do you have in front of the young master? Don't be a coward. I admire you so much. F***CK. You try. Tang Bao was unhappy when he heard that. She cared about self-esteem the most. She would get angry with whoever said that she didn't have it. I don't want to try. All right. Why did the young master go to the Middle East? Did he go to look for Gu Linshan? Speaking of this, Tang Bao's expression changed. He said to Wan Malay, There's something I have to tell you. Don't worry too much. What? Wan Malay was nervous by her expression. Gu Linshan might be dying, Tang Bao said with a serious expression. I don't know if Di Haoyan can save him. Wan Malay was so shocked that she dropped the document in her hand. Are you okay? Tang Bao asked with concern. What happened? Why is he dying? I don't know. Di Haoyan went directly last night. He must be dying. If he wasn't dying, would he be in such a hurry? Tang Bao said seriously. Chapter 197. I think so too. Are we still eating, shopping, and watching movies tonight? Of course, nothing will happen to Gu Linshan. Why shouldn't I go? If I don't go, it will seem like something will happen to him. What he said seemed to make sense. After work and leaving the company, they were like fish that had been set free, swimming freely in the sea, especially since they didn't have to worry about being attacked by sharks. Eating, shopping, and watching movies, they were free. Of course, it would be even better if Ju didn't appear from time to time. The two of them each held a drink and chatted as they walked in front. I feel that it's especially scary. I can't see Ju, but why is he always there when we stop? He's indeed the young emperor's bodyguard. Wan Malay said emotionally. Isn't he awesome? Tang Bao asked. Yes, he's pretty awesome. You can't find anyone more awesome than Di Haoyan in D City. Tang Bao sighed. Otherwise, why would he be called the king of D City? Tang Bao smiled evilly. That's why there are women like me who are worthy of him. What kind of woman are you? Wan Malay was curious. The queen of D City. Do you have any shame? What shame? Is it delicious? The two of them stayed in the dark theater. Once the lights were off, they couldn't see each other's faces. But Tang Bao felt that Ju was hidden somewhere. As Tang Bao stared at the movie on the big screen, he thought to himself, if Gu Linshan is very dangerous, then Di Haoyan is also going to be in danger, right? However, he said that he would be back in a week at the latest. After watching the movie, it was almost 10 o'clock. Tang Bao and Wan Malay were still shopping. They bought food and went to the night park to sit and enjoy the night breeze. I had so much fun today, Tang Bao said. You can only play like this when the young master isn't around, so cherish it. Although Tang Bao was not convinced, Wan Malay was telling the truth. She was rendered speechless. He could only eat the food in his hand to vent his anger. Young madam, we can go back now. Ju suddenly appeared. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Tang Bao was unhappy. She knew it. Ju's presence was not a good thing. Just like Di Haoyan's other pair of eyes. Young madam, do you want me to call the young master now? Hiju wasn't in a hurry and just said this. Tang Bao immediately lost all his anger. Wang Malay stood up and walked over to Hiju. Can't you just turn a blind eye? No. It's rare for the Tang Bao to be played like this, right? Why do you have to be so cold? Wang Malay wanted to persuade Hiju. However, they muttered about Hiju's heart that couldn't be melted no matter what. Tang Bao didn't want Di Haoyan to call, so he could only go back to his home with Wang Malay. In the car, Wang Malay even said, "Let me tell you, the young master's bodyguard is really unreasonable. I've experienced it once before. He's so cold that it's as if someone owes him a lot of money." Wang Malay was talking about the time when she had dinner with Di Haoyan and Gu Linshen on Tang Bao. Just because she said that he was cold, the door opened. Just as Wang Malay finished speaking, the car stopped. "Have we arrived?" Tang Bao asked. "No." Hiju got out of the car, opened the car door, and directly pulled Wang Malay out. Then he closed the door, got in the car, and drove away. Wang Malay was left alone on the road. He was in a daze and didn't know what had happened. F***CK. Are you still human? Wang Malay shouted after he came back to his senses. Tang Bao was also dumbfounded. Wang Malay, who was leaning against the window and looking further and further away, asked Hiju in horror, "What are you doing?" "I only need to be responsible for the young madam. I don't care about the others." Hiju continued to drive. "But Malay is my friend. You don't have to do this, right? I don't like people saying that I'm cold," Hiju said. Tang Bao only realized now that Hiju was not to be trifled with. There was something he didn't like. She had thought that he would be able to maintain his cold side no matter what. It seemed that saying that Hiju was cold had touched his bottom line. Then what about Wang Malay? Tang Bao hurriedly called Wang Malay. "Are you okay? What do you think? I'll order Hiju to drive the car back now." She thought that if Hiju didn't obey, she would take out her aura as the young madam. "There's no need. I'm already in a taxi." "Ah, I see." Tang Bao was very embarrassed. He wanted to kick Hiju to death. "Then send me a message when you get home." After returning to the castle, Tang Bao was about to call Di Haoyan in his room to complain. He had already thought of how to add fuel to the fire. However, he couldn't get through to Di Haoyan's phone. What was going on? Something happened? Tang Bao was so scared that he quickly ran out of the room. "Hiju, young madam." A voice sounded behind him. Tang Bao was so scared that he almost dropped the phone in his hand. "Why can't I get through to Di Haoyan's phone?" Tang Bao asked. "It's daytime on the young master's side now. You should be dealing with something." The young master said that for safety reasons, there's no need to contact him for 3 days, Hiju said. "Then why didn't he tell me?" "Maybe the young master thought that you wouldn't call him, so he told me directly." Tang Bao thought about whether she had taken the initiative to call Di Haoyan before. Did she or not? In other words, I can't contact him for 3 days? Yes. Tang Bao had no choice but to return to his room. Meanwhile, in Gu Linshen's temporary mountaintop villa in the Middle East, the scenery outside was pleasant and refreshing. However, it was not so relaxed inside. There were 3 layers of bodyguards inside and outside. The interior of the villa was luxurious, like heaven on earth. Gu Linshen sat on the sofa and leisurely tasted his coffee. Di Haoyan, who was sitting not too far away, stared at him coldly with his dark eyes. "What's the use of staring at me? The other party is on guard everywhere, afraid that I'll do something in the dark. It's not a bad thing to be cautious," Gu Linshen said as he glanced at him with a faint gaze. "So in order not to arouse suspicion, you can't even use the communication device? You want to call the person at home?" Di Haoyan's expression became even colder. "Don't be anxious. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. There are only benefits. Give me an exact time." "I'm not sure either." Gu Linshen expressed helplessness. "That old man is more difficult to deal with, but now is not the time to deal with him. He really gives me a headache." Di Haoyan's face was cold as he said, "Computer, no." Gu Linshen refused immediately. Just as Gu Linshen finished speaking, his phone rang. Only the other party would call this number. Gu Linshen answered without even looking at the number. Then he walked to the balcony and faced the green mountains and clear waters outside. Chapter 198. After the call, Gu Linshan walked in. I need to go out. Now? No, it's not a big shot. You don't have to show up. Gu Linshan left with his suit jacket. Di Haoyin looked around for something to communicate with. In the end, he only found a laptop. He was lying on the bed and playing with the puppy hanging on the table lamp when his phone flashed. Tang Bao jumped up. It was not a call from Di Haoyin, but it was almost the same as a call. It was from the owner. Tang Bao knew who the owner was. Owner, are you asleep? Alluring Bao, not yet. What are you doing? Owner, drinking coffee. Tang Bao's expression immediately became ferocious. He thought he was going on an adventure, but he was drinking coffee? He was in a mood to drink coffee, but he couldn't make a call? Tang Bao was unhappy. Alluring Bao, you must be having a good time. Is your wife not here? Owner, no. Alluring Bao, is that why you're looking for me? Owner, do you miss me? Alluring Bao, yes, I miss you so much. Owner, where? Alluring Bao, where do you want me to miss you? Owner, are you missing me or not? Damn it. If Tang Bao didn't know this was Di Haoyin, she would have blacklisted him. He only knows how to be a hooligan. Alluring Bao, yes, I miss you very much. How about a video call? Owner, okay. Alluring Bao, wait, I will video call you on the computer. Tang Bao immediately ran to Di Haoyin's study. He locked the door after entering. Then he turned on Di Haoyin's computer. He downloaded the chatting software on the computer and logged in. He sent a smiley emoji over. Then he linked the video call. In front of the video link, Tang Bao pulled out a napkin and covered her face. The two corners of the napkin were clipped to her ears, revealing only two big watery eyes. After the video was linked, Tang Bao could only see the part below Di Haoyin's neck, which meant that he could not see his face. However, Tang Bao's heart still palpitated when he saw the familiar tall and muscular body. TSK, he still knew to contact her? Master, you even know how to cover your face. Alluring Bao, because I know you will cover it up, I don't want to show it to you. Master, how is it? Are you satisfied with my figure? Tang Bao thought to himself. Satisfied? Let's see who's more satisfied. Tang Bao had taken a shower earlier and was wearing pajamas. The neckline was loose. Facing the camera, Tang Bao pretended to feel an itch on his shoulder and scratched it with his hand. As she scratched, the neckline of her pajamas opened, revealing some of her breasts. Di Haoyin's eyes immediately deepened. He stared straight at her snow-white skin, wishing he could tear her pajamas apart. Tang Bao looked at the video and naturally knew what kind of situation he was in. Alluring Bao, your figure looks pretty good. Master, are you satisfied? Alluring Bao, I'll go get some milk. Master, okay. Tang Bao stood up and went to the study to ask Zhang Li for milk. After the milk was served, Tang Bao closed the study door sneakily and returned to the video. Facing the video was like drinking milk. Did Tang Bao really want to drink milk? Of course not. As she drank, the milk spilled all over her body. Ouch! Tang Bao pretended to be shocked and quickly wiped it with his hand. The more he wiped, the more wet the area stained by the milk became. It made people fantasize all kinds of things, especially Di Haoyin, whose body was always the most honest. Tang Bao typed, Alluring Bao, I'm sorry, I accidentally spilled the milk. Master, lick it clean. Alluring Bao, I can't lick it. Master, lick your fingers. Tang Bao did as he was told. Even without the voice chat, Tang Bao could imagine how heavy Di Haoyin's breathing was. Can't hold it anymore? Who told you to lie to me? Who told you not to call me? Master, let me see your hands. Tang Bao showed him her soft, white, and tender hands. Master, change out of your pajamas. Alluring Bao, no, my husband said that I can't show it to anyone except him. Master, what do I have to do to show it to me? Alluring Bao, I won't show it to you no matter what. Master, you're seducing me. Alluring Bao, so what? Master, baby, when did you find out it was me? Tang Bao typed ferociously. Alluring Bao, you found out. Master, turn on the voice chat. Tang Bao turned on the voice chat, and they didn't need to cover their faces. Tang Bao immediately saw Di Haoyin's handsome face which was carved with a knife and a sword. When Di Haotian saw Tang Bao's angry little face, he couldn't help but feel tempted. "How do you know that I already know you're my master?" Tang Bao asked. "Do you dare to seduce other men behind my back?" Di Haotian asked confidently. Tang Bao was speechless. She really didn't dare. Wasn't it because they knew that Di Haotian would do this? "Pour the milk on yourself and take a milk bath for me to see. Don't blame me if I make a mess on your table. I'll allow it." Tang Bao thought. "You want to see it so much? Of course. You can see it, but you can't eat it." Tang Bao didn't pour the milk. Instead, he turned his back to the camera and unbuttoned his clothes. After unbuttoning them, he threw them on the table. "Baby, turn around." Di Haotian's voice became heavier. "Okay." Tang Bao turned around, but he put on his pajamas. Everything became faintly discernible. This made Di Haotian want to go through the computer and take off his pajamas. Tang Bao didn't just do that. She also seduced Di Haotian. Anyway, she didn't dare to do anything in front of Di Haotian in the past. Now, she had to do it even if her face was red. This was Di Haotian's punishment. Who asked him to bully her all the time? Gu Linshen didn't see the other party. The other party was too cunning. This was just a test. So he came back. However, he didn't expect to hear the abnormal sounds of a man and a woman when he stood at the door of Di Haotian's room. Tang Bao's voice couldn't be closed even if the door of the room was closed. Gu Linshen felt hot all over when he heard it. Di Haotian walked out of the room with a calm expression. When he saw Gu Linshen sitting on the sofa, he asked, "You didn't see him? You'll see him next time." Tang Bao lay on the bed with a red face. Her heart was beating very fast. She originally wanted to seduce Di Haotian. How did she get herself involved? If she wanted to blame someone, she could only blame Di Haotian for being too insidious. No, if this happened again, she would definitely not let Di Haotian have his way. Tang Bao was alone in the castle. Even going to the company became lazy. In the morning, she didn't want to go to the company when she fell asleep. She would think about it when she had enough sleep. However, someone disturbed her sleep early in the morning. Tang Bao sleepily opened her eyes and saw Zhang Li standing by the bed. She asked, "What are you doing?" "I'll go to the company in the afternoon." "No, it's old, madam." Chapter 199. Zhang Li nodded with a pained expression. "I'm the one who's in pain." "Why are you in pain?" "I'm in pain for you." Tang Bao was scared out of his wits. He quickly got up. After washing up, Tang Bao went to Yu Songhuan as if he was facing a great enemy and called out, "Mom." Yu Songhuan, who was sitting on the sofa, held a teacup and glanced at Tang Bao from head to toe. She said with disdain, "What time is it? Why haven't you gotten up yet?" "I overslept." "It won't happen again," Tang Bao promised. "You don't have to promise me. No matter how much you promise, I won't admit that you're the daughter-in-law of the Di family." Yu Songhuan didn't hide her dislike for Tang Bao. Tang Bao pursed his lips and said, "Mom, Di Haotian and I are already married. You can't do anything if you don't admit it, right? Why don't you accept me?" "You want me to accept you?" "Yes." Tang Bao nodded heavily. "Come to the bungalow with me for a while. Let me see if I should accept you." "What for?" "You talk too much," Yu Songhuan said coldly. Tang Bao was speechless. Zhang Li immediately went forward. "Old madam, can you take me with you?" When young Master Di left the castle, he told me not to let anything happen to young madam. "Do you think something will happen to her at my place?" Yu Songhuan asked. Zhang Li said nervously, "That's not the case." "Then shut up and do what you have to do." Tang Bao cursed silently. Di Haotian's personality was mostly inherited from his mother. After Di Haotian left, Di Haotian's mother came. Tang Bao hesitated and said, "Mom, I have to go to the company in the afternoon. I have to work every day. If I go to the bungalow, I can only go during my break." "You don't want to go, right?" "Absolutely not." "All right, there was. Don't think that I don't know anything just because I don't leave the house. Isn't your company supported by Haotian? So, you don't have to worry that the company will close down if you're not around." Tang Bao muttered in his heart. Even if it was the truth, his words were really harsh. Tang Bao felt that Yu Songhuan knew that Di Haotian was not around, so he came to look for her. The Tang Bao could only be found. After arriving at the bungalow, seeing Yu Songwan sit down, Tang Bao prepared to sit down as well. However, before her, but landed on the sofa, she heard Yu Songwan's serious voice. "Go get me some tea." Tang Bao's buttocks stiffened. Then he stood up and poured her a cup of tea. Yu Songwan's tea was specially prepared for her. Therefore, Tang Bao did not know what Yu Songwan liked in particular. So he asked the person who usually made tea for her before he began to pour her a cup of tea. After the tea was served, Yu Songhuan still wanted to be picky, but he did not expect that he could not find anything. It seemed that this girl was doing it for someone else. She was very meticulous. After pouring the tea and seeing that Yu Songhuan drank the tea without saying anything, Tang Bao put down the cup. Just as he was about to sit down on the sofa again, Yu Songhuan spoke again. "Don't you need to prepare lunch?" Tang Bao's buttocks stiffened, and he stood up straight again. I don't know how to cook." "Learn as you cook." Tang Bao went to cook resignedly. Whether it was the bungalow or the castle, there were so many servants. Did they need her to cook? It was obvious that they brought her here to torture her. The key point was that Tang Bao did not dare to look for Di Haoyan. She only hoped that Di Haoyan would come back quickly to save her. What was the difference between these 2 points? There was a big difference. If she asked Di Haoyan to come back and Di Haoyan did something, then Yu Songhuan would definitely have a bad opinion of her. He would even hate her more than before. If Di Haoyan came back by himself, then it would have nothing to do with Tang Bao. Tang Bao went to the kitchen and was completely in the dark. She had never touched anything in the kitchen in her life. Tang Bao had also never cooked a meal for her parents. She was really unfilial. Therefore, it was not a big deal to cook for Di Haoyan's mother. She would just treat it as being filial. "Which one is the salt? Why do I feel that they all look the same?" Tang Bao asked the chefs next to him. The chefs were speechless. Tang Bao had to first learn about the various seasonings before thinking about what dishes to cook. The chef said that Yu Songhuan ate lighter and vegetarian dishes. Fortunately, it was still okay. If she were to cook the food in the castle, she would have to go outside and learn from a professional before she could do it. "A little salt," the chefs reminded. "How much is a little salt?" Tang Bao raised his head and asked seriously. The chefs were speechless. Yu Songhuan went to the kitchen door and glanced at Tang Bao, who was cooking seriously, before turning around and going back to his room to rest. Tang Bao took more than 2 hours to cook a meal. There were only 3 vegetarian dishes, but it made her dizzy. Yu Songhuan sat at the table, and Tang Bao stood beside him. After Yu Songhuan tasted it, his expression did not change. Tang Bao thought, could it change? She had tasted it before. "Sit down and eat with me. Don't say that I mistreated you," Yu Songhuan said. Tang Bao cursed in her heart. "You call this not mistreating me?" Although she thought about it, she still sat down. But in the face of a lunch full of vegetarian dishes, Tang Bao really had to eat it. Otherwise, wouldn't she be hungry? Moreover, she might have to do something in the afternoon. She had a feeling that Yu Songhuan would not let her off so easily. After eating, Tang Bao pushed the door open. Yu Songhuan said, "Aren't you going to wash the dishes?" "Tang Bao, you come to my place. You do all the housework. Don't wait for things to come to you. Find something to do yourself. After washing the dishes, go outside to water the plants, and then come back to clean up. These are the basics." After saying this, Yu Songhuan got up and left. Tang Bao looked at the plates and bowls on the table. She wanted to cry, but had no tears. She stood up and went to wash the dishes. Bang! 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 The servant went to the room to report to Yu Songhuan. "There are a total of 6 bowls. Young madam dropped 4. If you don't have enough bowls, go buy more." Yu Songhuan was not angry. He was reading her Buddhist scriptures. Yes, Tang Bao was worried that she would be scolded for dropping the bowls. Surprisingly, she was not scolded. Not bad, but she couldn't take a breather yet. She had to go outside to tend to the plants. When she went outside, she watered the plants. She looked around and shouted, "He Jew?" No one. "He Jew?" Still no one. Tang Bao sighed. "When I don't need you, you always appear. When I need you, you're nowhere to be seen. How infuriating." After watering the plants, Tang Bao's arm was about to break. She went back to the house and started cleaning. Tang Bao looked at the Buddhist statue in the temple and muttered, "You're obviously a merciful person. Why do you have to make things difficult for a little girl like me? I'm so pitiful. Sigh, Di Haoyan, when are you coming back? I'm going to lose weight because of your mother." It was impossible for Bodhisattva to bring Di Haoyan to her. Tang Bao resigned to her fate and began to wipe Bodhisattva's body. Then she accidentally bumped into Bodhisattva. Chapter 200. With a clang, it broke into pieces. Tang Bao stared at the broken pieces on the ground and sucked in a breath of cold air. She felt like she was going to die. The servants rushed over when they heard the commotion. Yu Songhuan also rushed over. When he saw the broken things on the ground, he was so shocked that he swayed. Fortunately, he was supported by the servants next to him. Otherwise, he would have fallen to the ground. "Mom, I didn't do it on purpose." This bodhisattva lost her balance and fell to the ground. "How about this? I'll buy you another one." Tang Bao had never bought this kind of thing before and didn't believe in it. Moreover, she thought that this kind of thing could be found elsewhere and could be replaced by another one. Therefore, she didn't know how serious this matter was for Yu Songhuan. This was the bodhisattva that Yu Songhuan had worshipped for more than 10 years. She was thrown to the ground by Tang Bao, just like that. This was different from the bowl in the kitchen. Yu Songhuan was so angry that he was trembling all over. "Get out! Can I go home now? You want to go home after smashing my things? Stand outside and don't come in without my permission." Tang Bao thought that she had profited from this disaster. She didn't expect that she still couldn't leave this place. Tang Bao walked out and stood outside, leaning against the wall dejectedly. Why was she so unlucky? She was still thinking about taking this opportunity to build a good relationship with Di Haoyan's mother. Therefore, it was necessary for her to work hard without complaint. She took the opportunity and did this. Now, Di Haoyan's mother probably wanted to skin her alive. She didn't skin her alive because of Di Haoyan. "Old madam asked you to stand properly." Yu Songhuan's personal servant, Annie Wong, glared at her. Tang Bao shuddered and immediately stood properly. Seeing Annie Wong turn around and go into the house, she breathed a sigh of relief. Annie Wong knew that she wouldn't stand properly. She took out her cell phone from her pocket and called a chat app. She sent it to Master. Alluring Bao, hello. Master, miss me? Alluring Bao, can I look for you if I don't miss you? Master, what are you doing? Alluring Bao, eat, chat, and sunbathe. What about you? Master, lying on the bed, missing you. Only then did Tang Bao remember that it was already past midnight in Di Haoyan. Still not sleeping? How could he restore her so quickly? Alluring Bao, why aren't you sleeping yet? What are you doing with your phone? Could it be that he's dating another woman online? Di Haoyan looked at the paragraph and felt as if he could see Tang Bao's cute pouting face. He couldn't help but smile seductively. In fact, he had already fallen asleep, but even in his sleep, he was still very alert. His computer had been switched on, so he would wake up as soon as there was a message. Di Haoyan deliberately sent a message. Master, what if I have another woman? Babe, I'll castrate you. Di Haoyan was in an even better mood. He was no longer sleepy. Tang Bao's face was full of anger. If he dared to find another woman for her, she wouldn't let him off. After a while, he sent another message. Master, I'll wait for your video call tonight. Ching Chung Bao, sure. Tang Bao thought to himself, I'll let you know the consequences of provoking me. At this moment, a call came in. It was from Juan Malay. Are you not going to come today? Could it be that the young master is back? Juan Malay asked. If only he were back. What's wrong? You can't even imagine what I'm going through now. Tang Bao gritted her teeth. What crime? I can't imagine what you're going through in the castle. I feel like you're moaning for no reason. Don't you know that once you enter a wealthy family, you're as deep as the sea? Is that the sea? Even if you fall into the sea, the young master is holding you. What are you afraid of? Juan Malay wasn't worried at all. But he can't hold me now, and I'm suffering. After talking for so long, I still don't know what you're going through. If you can't say it, then don't say it. I'm at Di Hao Ian's mother's place now, Tang Bao said in a low voice. What? Why did you go there? Oh, I know. You took advantage of the young master's absence to curry favor. What do you know? It was Di Hao Ian's mother who ran to the castle to bring me here. And I can't even resist in front of Di Hao Ian. Wang Malay was interested. Why did she catch you? Why? All the housework was done by me. You do housework. Do you know how to do it? If I don't, then I'm forced to do it. And I broke a Buddha statue just now, and I'm standing outside as punishment now. I feel like I'm a primary school student again. Then tell the young master to hurry back and save you. Wang Malay gave her an idea, but Tang Bao felt that this idea was useless. How can I? If my mother-in-law finds out that I called Di Hao Ian back, her impression of me will be even worse. Tang Bao sighed deeply. That's true. Wang Malay paused and asked, Then how long will you be working there? I'll definitely wait for Di Hao Ian to come back before they let me go. How many more days? At least 3 or 4 more days. Then bear with it. Wang Malay had no choice. The Empress Dowager was so scary. The most terrible and difficult thing to resolve in this world is the relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. As long as you get married, this disaster is inevitable. I can't help you. I can help. Wang Malay was about to shut her mouth and not say anything. She wondered if she should just hang up the phone. She felt that it wouldn't be a good thing. She was tricked by Tang Bao all day long. I can bear with it if I do housework here. If I don't eat meat for 3 or 4 days, I'll die. Why? You don't even have meat to eat. Wang Malay was surprised. Yeah, his mother is vegetarian and praying to Buddha. If I eat with her, won't there be no meat to eat? That's true. If the young master knew about your current situation, he would be heartbroken. He usually doesn't even let you eat the company's food. He's afraid that you'll get sick. Great. Now you don't even have meat soup to drink. Wang Malay knew Tang Bao very well. If there was no meat to eat, she would go crazy. Malay, I feel malnourished now. Bring me some food in the afternoon. Tang Bao wanted to say that it would not be easy to attract attention at night, but he thought that it was not safe for Wang Malay to be alone. In the afternoon, I have to go to work. Is work more important? Or am I more important? Tang Bao was unhappy. Okay. I'll send it to you in the afternoon. Wang Malay compromised. But aren't you afraid that the young master's mother will find out that you're eating, secretly? Throw it in from outside the fence. Okay, what do you want to eat? As long as there's meat. Tang Bao swallowed her saliva. Wang Malay could hear the saliva through the phone. How useless. Tang Bao stood outside for a few hours. She was about to faint before she was allowed to go in. Then, the servant brought her to her room. Chapter 201. The layout of the bungalow was also very particular. It was clean and comfortable, and most importantly, there was a sandalwood fragrance. It made people feel comfortable just by smelling it. Tang Bao was probably really tired and fell asleep just like that. He didn't have enough sleep. He was woken up by someone. Tang Bao looked tiredly at Mrs. Wang, who was standing by the bed, and asked, "What's wrong?" "Continue cleaning." "All right." The cleaning was not done yet. Tang Bao felt like he was back in the days of slavery. Did they have to order him around like this? Even the servants here didn't work as hard as him, right? And there were so many servants here. Now, he was doing all the work by himself. Old Madam has already let you sleep for an hour. Don't be discontent. I didn't say I wasn't satisfied. Tang Bao dragged his tired body to work. It had been almost 2 hours, but Tang Bao still hadn't finished. His phone vibrated. He took it out and looked. It was Wang Malay who sent the food. "My friend is here. I'll go outside and take a look," Tang Bao said as he ran out. He ran to the wall and stood at the foot of it. Then he saw a plastic box that was firmly tied up and thrown over. Tang Bao caught it. He opened it and took a look. The fragrance of meat assailed his nose. Tang Bao's mouth was full of saliva. Just as he was about to eat it with his hands, meat is not allowed here. Before Tang Bao could come back to his senses, the meat in his hands was taken away. Tang Bao looked at Mrs. Wang's serious face and asked, "You don't have to be so serious, right? It's old madam who doesn't eat meat, but I do. No one eats meat here, so young madam should also follow the rules here. Don't make it difficult for us servants. After Mrs. Wong said that, she took the hard-earned meat and left just like that. His phone rang. Wan Malay sent a message. Is it delicious? Then I'll leave. Tang Bao sent a message. Don't send it again. Wan Malay, why? Is it not delicious? Tang Bao. The meat was taken away. Tang Bao returned to the house and could only vent his anger by cleaning. He wasn't done yet. Mrs. Wong came over to remind him, it's time to make dinner. Tang Bao asked, what if I'm not done cleaning? Let's continue after dinner. Tang Bao had no choice but to cook. It was still all vegetarian, but Tang Bao was hungry. He still ate 2 big bowls of rice during the meal. She couldn't help it. She didn't have any snacks to eat here. What a bitter life. After eating, he washed the dishes and poured tea for Yu Song-hwan. After pouring out the tea, she continued to clean up the unfinished area. When it was almost 8 o'clock, Tang Bao dragged her body that was about to fall apart back to her room. His head was on the bed. Fortunately, this place was not as big as the castle. Was of course, Mrs. Of course, even if it did. At this moment, she missed the castle too much. That was the life of a princess. She didn't even want to play with her phone after taking a shower. When Di Hao Ian sent her a video link, she rejected it. If Di Hao Ian found out that she was at his mother's house, he would know something, and his mother would think that she was tattling on her. Master, didn't you say video? Alluring Bao, You want to video call me? Master, did I? Alluring Bao, yes. Master, what? Alluring Bao, You said you had another woman. Master, do you believe me? Alluring Bao, Why wouldn't I believe you? I believe you. Master, I only have feelings for you now. Alluring Bao, what about others? Master, I only dislike them. Tang Bao pursed her lips into a smile. It made her feel much better, but she couldn't compromise. Alluring Bao, I'm sleepy. I want to sleep. Master, so early? Alluring Bao, I didn't take a nap in the afternoon. Master, okay, go to sleep. Tang Bao closed the chat app and put her phone on the bedside table. She yawned and wanted to sleep. She was too tired. She had never suffered so much in her life. Di Hao Ian, if you don't come back soon, your wife's life will be gone. When Tang Bao was woken up in the morning, she looked at the sky outside and thought it was the middle of the night. She looked at the time on her phone. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. Are all of you up so early? Tang Bao asked a little fearfully. Yes. Where's old madam? She's taking a walk outside. When she comes back, she'll have breakfast. So you have to start preparing breakfast now. Tang Bao didn't say anything and went to the kitchen. What could she do? This was Di Hao Ian's only family. She couldn't quarrel with her, right? Forget it. Tang Bao thought about her mother and treated it as working for her. She did the same thing as yesterday. 3 meals a day. She had to clean every day, but she wasn't allowed to go to the temple. She let the other servants do the cleaning. It was more relaxing. Tang Bao noticed that a new bodhisattva had been installed in the temple. Thinking about Di Hao Ian's mother should feel better, right? When Tang Bao was cleaning in the afternoon, she didn't expect to have guests. These guests were none other than Li Yuhuai and Lan Wanru. They were here to see Yu Song-hwan. Li Yuhuai saw that Tang Bao was also here. She immediately smiled and said, Tang Bao is here too? Second aunt. Tang Bao laughed dryly. Li Yuhuai immediately said to Yu Song-hwan, Sister-in-law, look at how good your daughter-in-law is. She even came to clean for you. How filial. It's really rare. Yu Song-hwan didn't say anything. He ordered, why aren't you pouring tea? Tang Bao put down her work and went to pour tea. She poured tea for Li Yuhuai and Lan Wanru. When she handed it to Lan Wanru looked at her coldly and mockingly. Tang Bao didn't try to hide anything. It was obvious from the moment Yu Song-hwan started to give instructions. She was forced to do the housework here. Yu Song-hwan's attitude was obvious. Tang Bao finished pouring tea and continued to do the housework. Li Yuhuai said embarrassedly, why don't we let Tang Bao sit down? She likes to do these things, Yu Song-hwan said. Li Yuhuai didn't say anything. After Lan Wanru drank the tea, he couldn't help but frown and cough lightly. What's wrong? Li Yuhui asked. Are you not feeling well? It's nothing. It's probably because the water is a little cold, Lan Wanru said. Then make it again, Yu Songhuan said. Tang Bao's expression didn't look too good. Couldn't she see that Lan Wanru was doing it on purpose? But she couldn't say anything in front of Yu Songhuan. She could only turn around and make tea again. After the tea was brewed. Oh, it's so hot. Yu Songhuan asked Tang Bao unhappily. What's wrong with you? Don't you know how to make tea? Go and pour another cup. Tang Bao glared at Lan Wanru fiercely. He wanted to make tea for her again. After the tea was served, Lan Wanru drank it. Now he was satisfied, but Tang Bao wasn't satisfied. Chapter 202. Lan Wanru's expression changed. What did you say? She immediately calmed down. I don't believe it. How could soil fall in? Tang Bao pointed to the side where the tea was poured and said, Didn't you see? There's a potted plant there. How could soil from the potted plant fall into my tea? Lan Wanru questioned. Tang Bao spread out her hands innocently. How would I know? Maybe it fell in by accident. Li Yuhui picked up the teacup in front of Lan Wanru and took a look. Her expression changed as well. There really is soil in it. Yu Songhuan said, Go pour another cup. Auntie, there's no need. I don't want to drink anymore, Lan Wanru said as she glared fiercely at Tang Bao. Tang Bao didn't take it seriously. She was willing to be Yu Songhuan's servant here. Who did Lan Wanru and her auntie think they were? Putting soil in her teacup was already a sign of her good temper. She hadn't put anything more disgusting in it yet. I don't think this soil is anything bad. It's soil that absorbs the essence of heaven and earth. Maybe your body will recover after you drink it, Tang Bao said with a smile. Are you done? Yu Songhuan asked. Yes. If you're done, then continue cleaning. Don't keep cleaning every day. When it's time, you still have to cook dinner, Yu Songhuan reminded her. Tang Bao went to work like a little wife. Lan Wanru felt much better when she saw this. She came here today to see Yu Songhuan. She didn't expect to see such an interesting thing. I envy Tang Bao's body the most. I wish I could clean like this. Lan Wanru suddenly said. Tang Bao had a bad feeling. She felt that Lan Wanru wouldn't say anything good. This must be just the beginning, Yu Songhuan said with concern. I see that your complexion is much better this time. You should be getting better, right? Yes, it's already a lot better. Just take some more medicine and you'll be able to recover, Lan Wanru said with a gentle smile. Yeah, he's almost fully recovered. I still want to find a good marriage for her. Li Yuhui said. That's true. Marriage can't be delayed. Yu Songhuan said. Something flashed in Li Yuhui's eyes, and she said to Lan Wanru jokingly, I remember that sister-in-law used to say that she wanted you to be her daughter-in-law. Although it was just a joke, now that Hao Yin is married, don't you want to get married? Annie, what are you talking about? Lan Wanru looked uneasy, and his eyes uneasily surrendered to Yu Songhuan. Yu Songhuan's expression changed. That's right, I did say that before. However, the child had grown up and was no longer obedient. Marriage is such a big thing, and I actually didn't know about it all. Annie, don't be sad. Brother Hao Yin had no choice. Besides, Tang Bao is a good person. He could do anything. However, it would be even better if he gave birth to a grandson for you now. Lan Wanru said. Tang Bao, who was cleaning and listening attentively, paused. Then she saw that Yu Songhuan's expression didn't look too good. Li Yuhui added fuel to the fire. They've been married for 3 months, right? There doesn't seem to be any movement. They say that it's good to be young and fertile. If you can't have children, then you can't have children. Of course, Tang Bao can definitely have children. This child is very active. These words were very pleasant to the ears. However, the emphasis of these words was still on the meaning of not being able to have children. That was indeed the case. A normal person would basically become pregnant after 3 months of marriage. Tang Bao was so lively and did not look like someone who was pregnant at all. Besides, if you have children in the future, you can't be too active. Otherwise, it won't be good for the child, Li Yuhui continued. He had praised her for being active for less than a minute, but it was another way of saying it. I think that with Brother Hao Yin around, the child in Tang Bao's stomach will be fine, Lan Wanru said. Tang Bao wanted to hit someone when he heard that. He said it as if it was true. She wasn't pregnant yet. She was still a virgin, okay? Why were they all talking about it? Liu Huai said again, why don't we go and ask? Tang Bao was stunned. Ask what? He didn't expect Yu Songhuan to really agree. That's fine too. We'll go to the Buddhist temple that I usually worship. Tang Bao was stunned. She thought that this was just a topic to humiliate her. She didn't expect it to escalate so quickly. But how could she tell Yu Songhuan that she was still a virgin and that she and her son were still innocent? Would Yu Songhuan be more determined to chase her away if he heard that? The key was, the next day, Yu Songhuan really went out. Needless to say, he must have gone to the Buddhist temple. Tang Bao asked the servant, why didn't you bring me there? There's no need to. The abbot of the Buddhist temple is very accurate. Even if you don't go, he will know about your existence. So accurate? Are you kidding me? The servant ignored her and turned to leave. With Tang Bao here, even a servant dared to give her a hard time. This was the consequence of not being recognized. When Tang Bao was preparing lunch, Yu Songhuan came back. During the meal, Yu Songhuan's expression was very ugly. He even slapped his chopsticks and couldn't eat anymore. Old madam, do you have no appetite? Do you want to make something else? Aunt Wang asked. No need. I can't eat anything else. Yu Songhuan looked sharply at Tang Bao. Tang Bao, who was eating, almost choked on her food. What's wrong? It seems that it's right for you to divorce Hao Yin. It's not right? Tang Bao asked uncertainly. I was thinking that although you ruined Hao Yin's marriage, it's not like you're not worth it. He protected you, so I turned a blind eye to it. I didn't expect that you'd be destined to have no children. Tang Bao asked, was it foretold today? What do you think? How can a woman who can't have children want him? If you know that you can't have children, you shouldn't wait for others to tell you. You should have done it yourself, right? Yu Songhuan asked with an ashen face. Tang Bao thought to herself, was her fate really foretold? And she was destined to have no children? It wasn't believable, was it? Tang Bao had never believed in such things. Mom, you can't believe this thing. It's a lie. Are you saying that I'm easy to lie to? Yu Songhuan asked sternly. I'm not saying that you're easy to lie to. Then what do you mean? Or are you blaspheming the gods? Of course not. In that case, when Hao Yin comes back, you can tell him. Tell him what? Tang Bao didn't understand. Tell him what? If you can't have children, do you still want to stay in the D family? If you can't have children, do you still have the face to stay? Maybe I can have children. Why don't you give me some time? Tang Bao thought that she was only 19 years old. How could she have children? Chapter 203. Tang Bao looked at the food on the table, thought about it, and decided to eat it. Otherwise, she would be hungry in the afternoon. She was most afraid of being hungry. You can still eat? Mrs. Wong walked over and said. Tang Bao hadn't swallowed a mouthful of rice in her mouth. Go and wash the dishes. If you want to make the old madam happy, don't do anything that she can't stand. Tang Bao spat out the rice in her mouth. She stood up and went to wash the dishes. Yu Songhuan went into the room and didn't come out. Tang Bao started to clean up after eating. She thought about how Wan Malay always talked about her being a slave to him and being a slave to him. She should let Wan Malay see what it meant to be a slave to him. Why are you still here? Tang Bao, who was cleaning, looked up and saw Yu Songhuan, who had just finished his afternoon nap, looking down at her with a cold face. What? Tang Bao didn't understand. I want you to leave here. I can leave? Tang Bao was happy. Was the hard days of being a slave to an end? When you go back, don't forget to tell Hao Yin about the divorce. Even if you don't say it, I will. If he knows that you can't have children in this lifetime, let's see if he still wants you. So, leaving on your own will be the least harmful to you. Tang Bao thought that this was for her own good. Tang Bao wanted to eat something first, because she felt that she couldn't wait to go back to the castle. She had to find a good place to eat and fill herself up. Then she would go back. But the more Tang Bao thought about it in the taxi, the more she felt that something was wrong. How did she become a legend who was destined to be childless? This made people feel a little panicky when they heard it. Tang Bao was not an atheist. She always felt that she would rather believe in gods. So, Yu Songhuan was telling the truth. Tang Bao was quite annoyed. She turned around and went to the company. Wan Malay was surprised to see her. "Why are you here? Can't I come?" Tang Bao asked angrily. "I mean, aren't you being enslaved by the young master's mother? Why did he come to the company?" "I know. You must have run away because you couldn't stand it." "No. She was the one who chased me away." "Why? Is the young master back?" "No." "Then what are you doing?" Wan Malay couldn't figure out what was going on. "Accompany me to a place." "Where?" "Buddhist temple." "Buddhist temple? Why?" Wan Malay suddenly understood. "You're going to cater to him, aren't you?" Wan Malay knew that Yu Songhuan was a Buddhist, so he guessed that this was the case. "Yeah. Why didn't I think of playing along?" "Seriously?" Tang Bao regretted. "No? Then why did you come back?" Wan Malay asked. "Do you know?" Tang Bao asked. Di Hao Ian's mother went to the Buddhist temple to find the abbot to read my fortune. She said that I was destined to be childless. "What?" Wan Malay scanned Tang Bao's body up and down and asked, "Really? You believe in this?" Tang Bao frowned and asked, "No. Why would she help you calculate this out of the blue? You've only been married to the young master for 3 months, right? Some people get pregnant slowly, but there's no need to be in such a hurry, right?" Wan Malay said, "It's all because of that Lan Wanru. She and her aunt went to see Di Hao Ian's mother and tried to sow discord, saying why I haven't given Di Hao Ian's mother a grandchild in 3 months. If Di Hao Ian's mother wasn't there, I would have thrown a brick at each of them. What the hell?" Tang Bao got angry just thinking about it. "I've suffered for nothing these past few days." Wan Malay's gaze fell on Tang Bao again. "You haven't been eaten by the young master yet, right?" Tang Bao was a little embarrassed and said, "Not yet. If the young master's mother knows that you haven't let her son touch you, she will definitely be even more prejudiced against you." "I think so too." Tang Bao asked uncertainly, "Is this thing effective? It makes me panic." "That's hard to say. Some people think it's effective, while others think it's not. You'd better accompany me to the Buddhist temple. I want to know how he knew that I was destined to be childless." Tang Bao's face was fierce. Then the two of them went around and found the Buddhist temple that Yu Songhuan had been visiting. They found the abbot. He was wearing kasaya, had a bald head, and a long beard. His temperament really looked like it. Tang Bao's little eyes looked from top to bottom, then from bottom to top. "Are you done reading? If you're done, then let's start." Wan Malay whispered in his ear. Tang Bao cleared his throat and said, "Master, I've recently fallen out of love. My boyfriend doesn't want me anymore. The reason for the breakup is that our personalities don't match." "Tell me, what do you mean by our personalities don't match?" He was clearly the one with another woman. "Master, tell me what's wrong with me?" Wan Malay didn't understand what Tang Bao was up to. Didn't he say that he wanted to see if she was destined to be childless? What was there to see? She didn't fall out of love either. The abbot pointed at the scripture beside him. Tang Bao was confused. "What do you mean?" Then he was displeased. "Are you saying that I'm like a book that's not attractive at all when it's flipped to the end?" The master shook his head. Tang Bao asked, "Do you think I'm uncultured? Should I use my talent to impress him?" The master sighed deeply and said, "I'm asking you to pick up the scripture. Don't you need to pick it up if it falls on the ground?" Tang Bao. She seemed to have rubbed it off when she sat down. After Tang Bao picked up the scripture, he continued to ask, "Master, tell me, will I only end up being broken up? I'm so good looking, I'm good at making money, and I can do laundry and cook. Tell me why?" Wan Malay, who was next to him, indicated that he didn't hear anything. "Because from your appearance, you're destined to be childless." Tang Bao and Wan Malay looked at each other and saw the surprise in each other's eyes. Tang Bao asked, "Can you be clearer? I don't quite understand." "That's right. Your marriage line is too shallow. Even if you two get together, you won't bear any fruit." Tang Bao's heart pounded when he heard this, but he still thought that he might have misunderstood. "Master, can you be more specific?" "It means that you won't have any children in your life." Tang Bao's face froze. This was exactly what Yu Songhuan had said. However, Tang Bao didn't want to accept such nonsense. He slammed the table and stood up. I think you're just sitting here and trying to swindle people. Almsgiver, please calm down. Your beard is fake. Tang Bao directly pulled it out. Ah, it hurts, let go. The abbot was shocked. His beard was being pulled hard. Not only was it painful, but his image was also ruined. I can't pull it out. So it's real? Tang Bao let go and asked curiously. It's real. The abbot was so angry that he was fuming. Chapter 204. Then what do you think we should do? Didn't you say that there's a solution to this? Since you can see it, you must be able to solve it. Tell me, how do you want to solve it? Tang Bao tried to calm himself down. She felt that no matter what, she had to think of a way to solve the problem first and not just throw a tantrum. This is fate. It can't be solved. Are you sure? Tang Bao asked. Yes. After the abbot shouted, he was knocked unconscious. Tang Bao threw the brick in his hand and turned to leave the Buddhist temple. One Malay followed. When she went outside, she saw Tang Bao squatting beside a stone block outside the Buddhist temple. He rested his chin on his hands and was thinking. One Malay walked over and squatted down as well. Let me tell you, this kind of thing is not 100%. You can't believe it completely. One Malay comforted. I know I can't believe it completely, but what right does he have to say that? He said it so methodically as if it's true. The more Tang Bao thought about it, the angrier he got. He felt that giving him a brick was letting him off too easily. Anyway, you haven't done that kind of thing with the young master yet. Why don't you give it a try? Maybe you'll be pregnant next month. Tang Bao looked at Wan Malay in disbelief and asked, What kind of rotten idea is this? How is it a rotten idea? Do you have any other way besides this? What if after trying, I really can't get pregnant? Tang Bao asked. Wan Malay was also stumped by the question. Tang Bao sighed a little irritably and said, I've thought of this method before. Now I still have an excuse to comfort myself that this abbot is talking nonsense. But if I really go to verify it and find out that I'm not pregnant, what excuse can I use to convince myself? She couldn't help but feel nervous. This is indeed difficult. If there's a problem with your body, you can go to the hospital for a checkup. But he said that this is fate, which means that it has nothing to do with your body. What kind of fate do you have? Wan Malay said in annoyance. When Tang Bao turned to look at her, she immediately shut her mouth. She didn't want to end up like the abbot inside. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's go home. Tang Bao stood up and said. Actually, it was still too early to talk about having children. She did not know what would become of her and Di Hao Yin in the end. If she really could not have children, she definitely could not be with Di Hao Yin. Her thoughts were also a little negative. But if he didn't think this way, what else could he think? Tang Bao sighed deeply in his heart. What kind of messy things could happen? Just as the two of them were about to walk back, a hungry growl came from the Tang Bao's stomach. Is she saying that she wants to eat meat? Wan Malay was stunned by the hungry voice. She said that she didn't eat lunch, Tang Bao said. Why didn't young master's mother even let you eat? Wan Malay was surprised. Did the abuse escalate? Isn't it because after Di Hao Yin's mother came back from the temple and found out that I can't have children, she was in a bad mood, so she didn't eat. In the end, I didn't eat either, Tang Bao said helplessly. It seems that it's not easy to be the daughter-in-law of a rich family, Wan Malay sighed. Then you still dare to like Gulinshan? I heard that his family is also from a rich family, not worse than Di Hao Yin's family. For him, I will overcome all difficulties. Wan Malay's eyes shone with determination. Tang Bao shook his head and did not say anything. Other people were fighting for their feelings. What was she fighting for? In the beginning, she was fighting for Di Junbai. If she had him in her heart, no matter how big the difficulties were, it would not be a problem. Li Yuhai walked into Lan Wanru's room happily. Lan Wanru was trimming the flowers and plants on the balcony. When he saw Li Yuhai coming in with a smile, he put down the scissors and asked, Auntie, why are you so happy? You know that Di Hao Yin's mother went to the temple to ask Tang Bao if she could have children, right? What did she say? I especially want to see her today. She didn't look good, and Tang Bao wasn't there. I asked around in private and found out that he was chased away. Li Yuhai looked relaxed. That's right. A woman who can't have children. Not to mention a family like ours. Even an ordinary family can't tolerate it. Lan Wanru smiled sarcastically. I didn't expect Tang Bao to believe in this kind of superstition. Who can be sure about this kind of thing? It's better to believe it. Moreover, she's so young now and hasn't had children before. She definitely doesn't have confidence in her heart. Lan Wanru smiled and said, Auntie's plan is still good. Isn't Annie doing that because she loves you? You liked Di Hao Yin for so many years, but he married another woman. You shouldn't have taken it lying down. Liu Huai said angrily. Yes, I didn't expect him to marry another woman all of a sudden. Lan Wanru's face had a touch of sadness. Now it's good. As long as your aunt doesn't like her, one day they will be separated. When that time comes, won't the position of young emperor's wife be yours? Liu Huai was overjoyed by her good plan. If it wasn't for this plan, it wouldn't take long for Tang Bao to be recognized. I'm just more surprised that she was willing to swallow her anger and be ordered around like a servant. Don't you know enough? It's worth making some sacrifices to consolidate your position in a rich family. I'll listen to Annie's arrangements. I won't have any opinions. If Annie doesn't help you arrange it, who else will? Liu Huai said lovingly. Tang Bao and Wan Malay were eating when their cell phone rang. They picked it up and looked at it. Tang Bao was stunned and almost choked on the food in his mouth. It was actually Di Hao Yin calling. Tang Bao answered, Hello. Where are you? I'll pick you up. Tang Bao was surprised. You're back. I'll be there in half an hour. I'm on the plane now. Tang Bao was puzzled. You're calling me on the plane? Can you call me on the plane? Aren't you going to turn off your cell phone? Private plane. I'm eating outside with Wan Malay now. I'll go to the company later. You don't have to go to the company. Wait there. I'll pick you up directly to the castle. Oh. After Tang Bao hung up the phone, his beautiful brows furrowed. What's wrong? Wan Malay asked. Young Emperor is back. He really came back at the right time. Tang Bao curled his lips. What do you mean? Chapter 205. She had to perk up her ears to hear some sounds. This was the disadvantage of having a house that was too big. It was so difficult to eavesdrop. Tang Bao, who was hiding behind the guardrail, thought to herself, should she go out? She had to take responsibility for her own actions. It wouldn't be good to push the responsibility to Di Hao Yin, right? Just as she was thinking, she heard Di Hao Yin's low and hoarse voice. She looked very tired, so I didn't have a heart to wake her up. Yu Sanghuan's expression changed. It was a little unnatural. However, she didn't hide it because she was a lady from a noble family. She said, she was at my place when you were away. What did she do? Di Hao Yin was expressionless, as if he didn't know. Is it so easy to be the daughter-in-law of the Di family? You have to learn to do something. When you first entered the Di family, did you work from morning to night like she did? Did you make her do all the rough work? Di Hao Yin asked. Do you think I did something wrong? You did the right thing. Tang Bao, who was listening in the dark, almost grinded her white teeth. Di Hao Yin, this cruel man. At that time, she was still thinking of asking him for help. Wasn't it fortunate that she didn't? If it didn't take her begging seriously, wouldn't she be sick to death? You can teach her, but don't use this method. In the Di family, she's not here to do rough work. She's only 19 years old. She has a childish temper. Mother, you should be tolerant of her, just like your own child. Di Hao Yin said emotionlessly. He didn't pursue the matter too much with Yu Sanghuan because he took Tang Bao's feelings into consideration. With Tang Bao's temper in the past, she would never have swallowed such humiliation. She chose to do so because she wanted his mother's approval. Thinking of this, Di Hao Yin's eyes flashed with a deep and gentle luster. Tolerant? Do you think I don't want to be tolerant? Yu Sanghuan was angry at the mention of this. It's fine if you messed up the housework. I didn't say anything when you broke the bodhisattva. But do you know that she can't have children in this life? Do you want to have no children in the future? Thinking of this, Yu Sanghuan couldn't sleep at night. As long as Tang Bao and Di Hao Yin didn't divorce, she wouldn't be able to rest easy. Tang Bao's fingers tightened on the guardrail, turning white. Di Hao Yin knew. What would he think? What would he say? What would he do? Would he act the same as when he faced her? She was very nervous. But Di Hao Ian didn't answer Yu Sang Huan's question. He only asked, "Who said that?" The abbot of the temple saw it. Yu Sang Huan said, "She really believed in these things. The gods are watching. You can't not believe in these things. You were forced into this marriage. Do you still want to gamble on the fact that you don't have children? If you are willing, I won't agree even if I die." What can a woman who can't have children do? You're too serious. You think this is serious? I think you're threatening me with death. How about this? You stay here tonight. Di Hao Qian said. Yu Sang Huan was startled. I don't need to stay. I came here to solve this problem. I'll leave after I'm done. You haven't solved it yet, right? Di Hao Qian asked. Yu Sang Huan didn't understand what Di Hao Qian meant. Di Hao Qian ordered Zhang Li, take the old madam to rest. Then he stood up and left. Yu Sang Huan didn't understand what he meant at all. Tang Bao saw Di Hao Qian leave the hall and quickly ran to his room. He tiptoed. He was quite fast. After a while, he flashed into his room. The servants were speechless. When Di Hao Qian went upstairs, he coldly ordered Ju, "Tomorrow morning, I want to see that abbot." Yes, Tang Bao was in his room, watching Di Hao Qian walk in with a normal expression. She wanted to see something from his tough and domineering face, but she couldn't see anything. Tang Bao deliberately asked, "What did mother say? Was she angry? I should have gone with you to see her." "It's the same as seeing you tomorrow," Di Hao Qian said. "That's all. What else? What else did mother say? You haven't told me." Di Hao Qian's deep black eyes looked at her. Nothing. Tang Bao pouted. Why didn't he just bring up the issue of her not being able to have children? Why didn't he? Also, did Di Hao Qian let Yu Sang Huan stay here to solve the problem? How? Could it be that he left the issue of her not being able to have children until tomorrow? How would he solve it? Tang Bao felt a little uneasy. Baby? Tang Bao was stunned. She didn't know when Di Hao Qian was standing in front of her. Deep shadows shrouded her slender figure. The pressure of his tall figure was obvious. Why did you call me? Sleep. Tang Bao turned and lay down on the bed. She covered herself with the blanket and slept on her side. The bed behind her sank. Di Hao Qian was on the bed. He hugged her from behind. Are you angry? As he said, he naturally covered her chest. Tang Bao couldn't help but moaned sensitively. Don't touch me. I'm not in the mood. Even if you're in the mood, you can't do it. Why? Tang Bao was stunned. Baby, you seem to be very disappointed that you can't do it. Di Hao Qian's hot breath blew on Tang Bao's delicate white neck. That area was instantly dyed crimson. It was extremely seductive. It was as if it was waiting to be plucked and destroyed. Tang Bao's neck was numb. I'm just asking a question. There's nothing to be disappointed about. Di Hao Qian smelled the sweet virgin scent on Tang Bao's body. His voice was low and hoarse. If I really carry out the operation, you won't be able to get out of bed for a week. And there was still something to deal with tomorrow morning. He didn't want the little thing to keep the fact that she couldn't have children in her heart. Tang Bao was so frightened by Di Hao Qian's words that she couldn't move. She couldn't get out of bed for a week? This was too scary, wasn't it? Just when Tang Bao was unable to extricate herself from the shock, she heard Di Hao Qian's voice become a little hoarse. So, I need your full cooperation tonight. What do you mean? Before Tang Bao understood what it meant, Di Hao Qian didn't answer her. Then, he flipped Tang Bao over and laid him flat on his back. The evil and wanton flavor in Di Hao Qian's eyes was so strong. In the morning, when Tang Bao opened her eyes, she saw that he was standing by the bed and staring at her while putting on his clothes. Tang Bao was shocked. Why are you looking at me putting on my clothes? Otherwise, you'll take off your clothes? Tang Bao's face turned hot, and she didn't say anything. She felt that she would never be able to win against Di Hao Qian in this aspect. After all, she was 19 years old and had no experience. Unlike Di Hao Qian, perhaps that experience could simply fly. Otherwise, how could he know so much? Hands, feet, and so on. Tang Bao, who had little experience, was stunned and dumbfounded. It could be done like this. Chapter 206. What did you fetter these past few days? Di Hao Ian's expressionless face was so powerful that people a few miles away didn't even dare to breathe. Li En and Zhang Li were stunned by the question. They thought about what they had fed Tang Bao these past few days, but they didn't give her anything. Could it be that she had eaten something bad? Zhang Li couldn't resist the pressure and told the truth. We didn't give young madam anything. Di Hao Ian's ink-black eyes suddenly sharpened. Li En hurriedly said, ever since young Master Di left, young madam hasn't been living in the castle. She was called away by old madam that day and has been living in the bungalow. Old madam didn't allow us to visit her, so we only saw young madam today. Di Hao Ian's face was still angry. Why didn't you stop her? She actually lost so much weight when I wasn't around. What's the use of having you? Li En and Zhang Li now knew what the problem was. Why was Di Hao Ian so angry? They knew that they couldn't do anything about this kind of thing as servants. They couldn't go against old madam. But if something really went wrong, they couldn't say that they didn't have any responsibility at all. This was the burden that the servants had to bear. Zhang Li hadn't been in the castle as long as Li En. This was the first time she saw Di Hao Ian so angry. Di Hao Ian's aura was already strong, but now that he was bursting with anger, how many people could withstand it? Iju, Di Hao Ian's voice was cold. Iju walked in. Why didn't you tell me? Young Master Di, I couldn't contact you. Li En and Zhang Li weren't the only ones who were implicated. Iju was also involved. Di Hao Ian couldn't speak, but his face was getting scarier. He really didn't expect this to happen. He had thought that Iju would be safe by staying by Tang Bao's side, but he had not expected to be called to the bungalow. Di Hao Ian suppressed his anger and asked, what did she do in the bungalow? Tell me, don't leave out a single word. After young madam was called over, she did the housework from morning till night. Every morning, she got up at 5 o'clock to make breakfast. After breakfast, she washed her clothes. When the laundry was almost done, it was time to prepare lunch. After lunch, she cleaned the entire bungalow and watered the flowers and plants outside. Before he was done, he had to start preparing dinner. All 3 meals a day were vegetarian. On the first day, the young lady had tried to get Wan Malay to secretly throw her food from outside the wall. I was found out and the food was taken away. After that, I ate vegetarian food every day and didn't ask Wan Malay to send me any more food, Hiju said without missing a single word. Zhang Li and Li En felt that it was very unbelievable, let alone Di Hao Ian. However, with each sentence, Di Hao Ian's face became colder and colder. The aura around him was particularly terrifying. So, she sneaked out to eat in the afternoon? Di Hao Ian asked. She was chased out by old madam. Di Hao Ian glanced at him sharply. During the cleaning period, young madam broke all kinds of bowls and plates when she was cleaning. These were nothing. The most important thing was that old madam went to read young madam's fortune. She said that young madam was destined to have no children in this life. Old madam asked young madam to come back and ask for a divorce. Hiju didn't appear in front of Tang Bao, but it didn't mean that he didn't know anything. Di Hao Ian's face was cold, and his eyes were extremely sharp. What kind of nonsense is this? So many things had happened to her during his absence. What made him even angrier was that she didn't say anything when he chatted with Tang Bao every night. She deserved to die. Tang Bao felt that he slept very well in the afternoon. It would be even better if no one disturbed him. He opened his eyes sleepily and saw Di Hao Ian's face. His face was chiseled and angular. In his sight, it was unrealistic to look like a god. Sleep after dinner. Can we have dinner now? Oh, then I'll get up now. Tang Bao rubbed his eyes. He sat up from the bed. He was yawning. Tang Bao sat down at the dining table. Seeing the table full of delicious food, she was about to drool. However, with Di Hao Ian around, she couldn't show it. Otherwise, Di Hao Ian would notice that she hadn't eaten for a few days. Di Hao Ian, did you suffer over there? Why did you make so much food? It's too wasteful. You don't like it? Who doesn't like delicious food? I like it the most. Tang Bao said with a smile. Eat more. Okay. Tang Bao started to eat. When he took the first bite, Tang Bao's face was full of satisfaction. Zhang Li looked at him with a heart full of bitterness. Why did he go to the bungalow to suffer? The old madam was a vegetarian and prayed to Buddha. If the young madam went there, she would definitely be a vegetarian too. After seeing her, he realized that she had really lost a lot of weight. How pitiful! Tang Bao didn't know Zhang Li's pity at all. He sighed in his heart that staying in the castle was still the best. There was all kinds of delicious food. After Di Hao Yan served her food, Tang Bao said emotionally, "This will make me picky. If I go somewhere else after I'm picky, I won't be used to eating anything." "You want to go somewhere else? You have to stay by my side for the rest of your life. Without my permission, you're not allowed to go anywhere." Tang Bao was unable to refute Di Hao Yan's domineering attitude. She listened to him with resignation. From the time Tang Bao got up to dinner, Di Hao Yan didn't ask anything. But it didn't mean that he wouldn't ask anything after dinner. After Di Hao Yan entered the room, he sat down on the sofa and his aura was imposing. He ordered Tang Bao, "Come here." Tang Bao, who was about to walk to the bedroom, was stunned. She walked over in confusion. She didn't think, did I do something wrong again? No. Why do I feel that I did something wrong when Di Hao Yan's expression changed? Is it because Di Hao Yan's personality is too bad? Tang Bao stood in front of Di Hao Yan and instinctively looked at Di Hao Yan nervously like a good student who is ready to be trained. "You don't have anything to say to me? What do you want to say?" Tang Bao was at a loss. "What did you do when I was away?" Tang Bao was a little embarrassed. Her two small hands were unconsciously twisted in front of her. "I didn't do anything. Didn't I tell you what I did when we chatted last night?" Tang Bao said innocently. "I forgot." Tang Bao thought. "It's your business that you forgot. Why should I say it again? It's not like I'm telling the truth." However, she didn't dare to say such thoughts out loud. Chapter 207. Tang Bao didn't know that when she said these words, she didn't sound as confident as when she was talking through the phone. She couldn't help but think about it. Did the people in the castle tell Di Hao Yan that she went to the bungalow? Who said that? Lian? Zhang Li? He Ju. Logically speaking, they wouldn't say anything. Nothing happened. Why would they say anything? As long as they didn't say anything, Di Hao Yan definitely wouldn't know. "You didn't lie to me?" "Of course not. How could I lie to you? Besides, I'm lying too. You can definitely tell." Tang Bao immediately covered herself up and raised her voice a lot. "Indeed, as long as you lie, I can definitely tell." Tang Bao's mind was spinning. She was too sure of herself. She couldn't tell now, could she? Di Hao Yan didn't expose her. It didn't matter whether Tang Bao said it or not. He knew it in his heart. Just as Tang Bao was lost in her thoughts and feeling smug, she was suddenly pulled over. Tang Bao lost her balance and fell onto Di Hao Yan's strong chest. It made her heart beat faster. She blushed. "Why are you so rough?" Tang Bao said coquettishly. "You don't like it?" Di Hao Yan's deep voice was slightly hoarse. "Don't say such strange things. What do you mean by like or not like?" Tang Bao said shyly, and her tone changed. Di Hao Yan directly clasped her hands. Tang Bao's face suddenly turned red like the sunset. It was extremely seductive. "Do you like it?" "No. Be gentle. Say it." Tang Bao's face was red as she bit her soft and pouty lips, unable to hold herself back. "You were quite good at seducing me in the video. It seems that you only know how to talk on paper." The tip of Di Hao Yan's tongue touched Tang Bao's cheek. Her cheeks were really hot, which pleased Di Hao Yan. You're too cunning. That's why I did that." Tang Bao thought of her boldness that day and wanted to find a hole to hide in. "Then let's do it again." "No, don't." Di Hao Yan nibbled her face and said in a hoarse voice. "Then let me bathe you." Tang Bao's face and neck were almost melted by the scorching hot breath. She couldn't stand it and shrank her neck. Her small hands pushed Di Hao Yan's strong body. However, the heat and strength of that body made her tremble all over. "What? Are you unwilling? I'll eat you tonight." No. Why not? Your hand hasn't fully recovered." Tang Bao began to find all sorts of excuses. But Tim? Di Hao Yan smelled the young girl's fragrance on Tang Bao's body. If If you can't have children in the future, what will you do? Di Haoqian paused and stared at Tang Bao's nervous expression with his dark eyes. Why won't you have children? For example, if there's nothing wrong with two people's bodies, but they're not destined to have children. Tang Bao looked at the sky and the ground, but she didn't look at Di Haoqian. If we really can't have children, then it means that I'm not working hard enough. If you want to have children with me now, we can start trying. Di Haoqian tempted Tang Bao. I'm a little nervous. Tang Bao sat on Di Haoqian's lap and clamped her two slender legs together tightly. When Tang Bao said this, her jerky reaction made Di Haoqian want to swallow her whole. He decided not to let her sleep for the whole night. He directly picked up Tang Bao. What are you doing? Taking a shower. Are we going to sleep after the shower? Tang Bao was still timid. You won't sleep for the whole night. Tang Bao's body trembled. She wouldn't be able to stand it. Tang Bao couldn't control herself and bit Di Haoqian's shoulder. Di Haoqian took a deep breath and said fiercely, "Bite me like this later." Tang Bao didn't understand what Di Haoqian meant. She didn't understand why she would bite him later. Di Haoqian whispered into her ear with his thin lips. Tang Bao's face immediately turned red as he kicked his legs in the air. When the two of them were taking a shower, Tang Bao had already lost her mind because of Di Haoqian's kisses. He didn't have time to dry himself. He directly wrapped a bath towel around Tang Bao's body and threw her on the bed. Tang Bao's face was red and her breathing was rapid. When Di Haoqian's shadow pressed over her, she almost stopped breathing. Are you still nervous now? Di Haoqian's voice seemed to be eroded and hoarse. Yes, Tang Bao whimpered. I'll make you not feel nervous right away. Di Haoqian's thin lips pressed against Tang Bao's pitiful little mouth. However, there was a knock on the door. Di Haoqian's movements paused. His black eyes immediately showed the coldness of being interrupted. He roared, "Do you want to die?" Lien, who was outside, tensed up. He felt that he came at the wrong time. No, it was the person downstairs who came at the wrong time. "Young master, old madam is here." Lien braced himself and said, "She wants to see you and young madam." Di Haoqian's face was cold and stiff. Why did she come at this time? He had waited so long for this moment to eat this little thing. Di Haoqian had to use extraordinary restraint to suppress the evil in his body. Tang Bao, who was pressed under his body, was also stunned. She was so scared that she crawled out from under Di Haoqian. She looked nervous. She was nervous when she heard that Yu Songhuan was here. Now, whenever she heard Yu Songhuan's name, she would be traumatized. What should I do? What did mommy come here for? Tang Bao asked fearfully. Was she going to tell Di Haoqian that the abbot had predicted that she would not have a child in her life? Even if she was going to tell him, it should be her. Why did Yu Songhuan come? Besides, shouldn't he give her some time? Why was he in such a hurry? You're here. But Lien said that she wants to see the two of us. Tang Bao heard Lien's words outside the door. Forget it, I'll go too. Otherwise, she'll be angry. No need. Di Haoqian turned and went to the cloakroom to put on his clothes. When the heat in his body dissipated, he walked out of the room expressionlessly. Lien, who was outside the room, lowered her gaze and felt a gust of cold wind blow past her face. Her whole body was cold. She composed herself and followed him. As soon as Di Haoqian went downstairs, Tang Bao, who had put on her pajamas, ran out. She did not go downstairs either. She hid behind the guardrail closest to the hall. Then she saw Yu Songhuan sitting on the sofa in the hall. From the expression on his face, she could tell that he did not come with good intentions. Why are you here at this time? Di Haoqian sat down on the sofa. Yu Songhuan looked at the stairs and asked, Where is she? Asleep. Chapter 208. She had to prick up her ears to hear some sounds. This was the downside of having a big house. It was so difficult to eavesdrop. Tang Bao, who was hiding behind the railing, wondered if she should go out. She should take responsibility for her own actions. It wouldn't be good to push the responsibility to Di Haoqian, right? Just as she was thinking, she heard Di Haoqian's low and hoarse voice. She looked very tired, so I didn't have the heart to wake her up. Yu Songhwan's expression changed, and he looked a little unnatural. However, she didn't hide it from him. She said, "She has been at my place for the past few days when you weren't around." What did she do? Di Haoyan was expressionless, as if he didn't know. Is it so easy to be the daughter-in-law of the Di family? You have to learn how to do some things. When you first entered the Di family, did you work from morning to night like her and let her do those manual chores? Di Haoyan asked. Do you think I did something wrong? You did the right thing. Tang Bao, who was listening in the dark, almost gritted her teeth. Di Haoyan, this ruthless man. At that time, she still wanted to ask him for help. Wasn't it fortunate that she didn't? If he didn't take her seriously after she begged, wouldn't she vomit to death? You could teach her, but don't use this method. In the Di family, she's not here to do manual chores. She's only 19 years old. She has a childish temper. Mother, you should be tolerant, just like how you treat your own child. Di Haoyan said without any fluctuation in his emotions. She didn't pursue the matter with Yu Songhwan because she was considering Tang Bao's feelings. With Tang Bao's temper in the past, she would never have swallowed her anger. She chose to do that because she wanted his mother's approval. Thinking of this, Di Haoyan's eyes flashed with a deep and gentle luster. Tolerant? Do you think I don't want to be tolerant? Yu Songhwan was angry at the mention of this. It's fine if she does those messy chores. I didn't say anything when she broke the bodhisattva. But do you know that she can't have children in this lifetime? Do you want to have no children in the future? When Yu Songhwan thought of this, she couldn't sleep at night. As long as Tang Bao and Di Haoyan were not divorced, she would not feel at ease. Tang Bao gripped the guardrail so tightly that his knuckles turned white. Di Haoyan still found out. What did he think? What would he say? What should he do? Would he be the same as when he faced her? She was very nervous. However, Di Haoyan did not answer Yu Songhwan's question. Instead, he asked who said that. It was the abbot of the temple who saw it. Yu Songhwan said, she believed these things very much. God is watching from above. You cannot believe this. You're already forced into this marriage. Do you still want to gamble that you won't have any children? Even if you're willing, I won't agree even if I die. What's the use of a woman who can't give birth? You're being too serious. You think this is serious? I said that your threat of death is too serious. How about this? You can stay here tonight. Di Haoyan said. Yu Songhwan was stunned and said, there's no need to stay here. I'm here to talk about this matter. I'll leave once I'm done. You haven't solved it yet, have you? Di Haoyan asked. Yu Songhwan did not understand Di Haoyan's meaning. Di Haoyan instructed Zhongli, take the old madam to rest. After that, he stood up and left. Yu Songhwan did not know what he meant at all. Tang Bao saw Di Haoyan leave the hall and quickly ran to his room. He was quite fast with his toes on the floor. In a short while, he entered the room. The servants were speechless. When Di Haoyan went upstairs, he ordered He Ju with a cold expression. I want to see that abbot tomorrow morning. Yes. Tang Bao was in the room and watched Di Haoyan walk in with a calm expression. She wanted to see something from his hard and domineering face, but she could not see anything. Tang Bao deliberately asked, what did Mom say? Is she very angry? I should have gone with you to see her. It's the same if you see her tomorrow. Di Haoyan said. That's all. What else? What did Mom say? You haven't told me yet. Di Haoyan stared at her with his deep black eyes. She didn't say anything. Tang Bao pouted. She cursed silently. Why didn't he just tell her that she couldn't have children? Why didn't he say it? Also, why did Di Haoyan let Yu Songhwan stay here to solve the problem? How would he solve it? Could it be that the problem of not being able to have children will be solved tomorrow? How would he solve it? Tang Bao felt a little uneasy. Baby? Tang Bao was stunned. She didn't know when Di Haoyan was already standing in front of her. His deep shadow shrouded her slender figure. The oppressive force of his tall figure was obvious. Why did you call me? Sleep. Tang Bao turned around and lay down on the bed. She covered herself with the quilt and slept on her side. The bed behind her sank. Di Haoyan got on the bed. He hugged her from behind. Are you angry? As he spoke, he naturally covered her chest. Tang Bao could not help but hum sensitively. Don't touch me. I'm not in the mood. You can't do it even if you are in the mood. Why? Tang Bao was stunned. Baby, you seem to be very disappointed that you can't do it. Di Hao Ian's hot breath blew on Tang Bao's delicate white neck. That place was instantly dyed crimson. It was seductive and beautiful, as if it was waiting to be picked and destroyed. Tang Bao shrunk her neck numbly. I'm just asking a question. There's nothing to be disappointed about. Di Hao Tian smelled the sweet virgin scent on Tang Bao's body and said in a low and hoarse voice, if I really carry out the operation, you won't be able to get out of bed for a week. And he still had something to deal with tomorrow morning. He did not want to keep the fact that she could not have children in her heart. Tang Bao was so frightened by Di Hao Ian's words that she could not move an inch. Could not get out of bed for a week. This was too scary, wasn't it? Just when Tang Bao was unable to extricate herself from the shock, she heard Di Hao Ian's voice become a little hoarse. So, I need my baby's full cooperation tonight. Huh? What do you mean? Before Tang Bao understood what he meant, Di Hao Ian did not answer her. Instead, he turned Tang Bao over so that she was lying flat. The evil and wanton look in Di Hao Ian's eyes was so strong. In the morning, as soon as Tang Bao opened her eyes, she saw him standing by the bed and staring at her as he put on his clothes. Tang Bao was shocked. Why are you watching me put on my clothes? Or else I'll take off my clothes. Tang Bao's face turned hot, and she did not speak. She felt that she would never be able to win against Di Hao Ian in this aspect. After all, she was only 19 years old and had no experience at all. Unlike Di Hao Ian, perhaps his experience could fly. Otherwise, how could he know so much? One moment, his hands, and the next moment, his feet. Tang Bao, who was lacking in experience, was stunned and dumbfounded. Could be done like this. Chapter 209. Tang Bao blushed at the thought of what happened last night. Why are you blushing? What are you thinking about? No. Tang Bao got out of bed and rubbed her hands against the blanket. She immediately felt a sharp pain. Ouch. It hurts. Tang Bao could not ignore the pain, but she could not suppress her shyness either. Let me see. Di Hao Ian was about to pull her pajamas collar. No, don't move. Di Hao Ian's voice deepened. Her collar was easily pulled open by his big hand that could not be disobeyed. Tang Bao's face was so red that she wanted to find a hole to crawl into. She turned her face away resolutely. Di Hao Ian began to examine her with his big, rough hand. Ouch! Tang Bao's body trembled. She was really scared. Why did it take so long to look? She wondered if Di Hao Ian did it on purpose. Was it not enough last night? You closed your eyes last night and did not open them. Are you still shy? Di Hao Ian asked wickedly. Are you done? Is it broken? I applied medicine yesterday. It's not broken, but it's a little red. You still have the nerve to say that? It's all your fault. Tang Bao angrily slapped Di Hao Ian's hand away. She angrily stomped her feet and jumped off the bed. Di Hao Ian stretched out his long arm to block the impact for her. Fortunately, Tang Bao landed steadily and ran barefoot into the bathroom. Di Hao Ian's face was dark. Let's see how he will deal with her. After Tang Bao ran into the bathroom and made sure that Di Hao Ian did not have any intention of coming in, she pulled open the collar of her pajamas. There were some marks from last night on her skin. It was really scary. It was all caused by friction. Tang Bao blushed just thinking about the heat and hardness. Even now, he could still remember the scalding sensation clearly. Next time, she would definitely not let Di Hao Ian do anything. She didn't understand what he meant last night, so she couldn't stop him in time. Tang Bao followed Di Hao Ian out of the room. When he entered the living room, he saw Yu Song-Huan sitting on the sofa. After staying in the bungalow for so long, she naturally knew that Yu Song-Huan had a habit of waking up early. When Yu Song-Huan saw Tang Bao, his face immediately turned ugly. What time is it? Why are you only up now? Mom. Yu Song-Huan didn't like her, but the Tang Bao couldn't be bothered. He still had to call her mom when he should. She already had enough mistakes, so it was better to reduce them as much as possible. Yu Song-hwan did not react to Tang Bao calling him mom. To be honest, his reaction was an expression of complete disregard. Di Haoqian narrowed his eyes and asked Yu Song-hwan, "Have you eaten?" "No, I'm waiting to use it with you." Then, the three of them went to eat. There was no need to talk about the atmosphere. It wouldn't be good. Under the suppression of the dining table, there was only a slight sound of chewing and the crisp sound of clashing cutlery. After eating, Di Haoqian ordered Ju, "Bring him in." Yu Song-hwan was stunned and asked, "Who is it?" "You'll know when he comes." Di Haoqian got up and walked out of the dining room. Tang Bao was also dumbfounded. What was going on? Who was he going to bring? After walking into the living room, Tang Bao was dumbfounded. The abbot? What was going on? Why was the abbot here? He was still wearing the kasaya he was wearing when he first met the abbot, but he was sitting on a soft stool before. Now, he was kneeling on the ground. There was fear on his face, and he didn't look like an old monk meditating in the Buddhist temple. Ju was standing straight next to him. Yu Song-hwan was shocked to see the abbot and immediately asked, "Why are you here? Haoqian, why did you bring the master here?" "I want him to help me calculate what my fate is." Di Haoqian sat down on the sofa and crossed his long legs. He was really ready to listen to him coldly. Tang Bao secretly glanced at Di Haoqian and thought, "What kind of fate is this? Do you still need to calculate?" "I can calculate everything. The fate of great wealth, the fate of a king. Just calculate. Why do you let the master kneel on the ground? Let the master get up." Yu Song-hwan, who had always respected the abbot, was kneeling at this moment. She was a little scared. It was as if the gods were kneeling to her. "There's no need to get up. Kneeling will make your thoughts clearer." Di Haoqian was expressionless. Without Di Haoqian's order, the abbot didn't dare to get up. He had never seen someone with such a terrifying aura. He didn't even dare to look into his eyes, which were as sharp as a knife cutting into his flesh. It made him tremble all over. "You can begin." Di Haoqian's voice was cold. "If you can't explain, I'll chop off your hand." A sharp blade immediately appeared in Ju's hand. The blade emitted a cold light, which was especially terrifying. The abbot's body trembled even more. I'll talk." The abbot quickly nodded. "You were born with a golden spoon in your mouth. You have the fate of great wealth and power. You will stand at the top of power, and no one will dare to surpass you. That's all. For example, will I have children in this life?" Di Haoqian reminded him. "This." The abbot looked in Tang Bao's direction and stammered. After hearing Di Haoqian's words, Tang Bao finally understood why Di Haoqian called the abbot over. He didn't ask her last night because he wanted to interrogate the abbot personally today. She thought that Di Haoqian didn't want to accept such a topic, so he didn't say a word. Tang Bao's heart throbbed a little. But he was also nervous about the abbot's answer. "Speak." Di Haoqian's voice was stern. The abbot's face turned pale, and he immediately said, "You will have a lot of children in this life, and all of them will become dragons and phoenixes. Then how many wives do you think I will have? How many marriages will I have?" Di Haoqian asked again. Tang Bao thought to himself, "Are you treating him like a god? Asking so carefully?" "Marry one, marry once," the abbot said under great pressure. "In other words, my children will be with a woman other than my wife?" No. Yu Song-hwan frowned when he heard this. Obviously, she understood this answer. "Then explain the reason why my wife is childless," Di Haoqian asked lazily. "Since you're so good at divination, you don't need me to tell you who my wife is, right?" The abbot glanced at Tang Bao and said tremblingly, I know. Tell me." The abbot looked at Tang Bao's face. Tang Bao was also waiting for him to help him do the divination again. The abbot said that she was childless, and Di Haoqian had a lot of children. He didn't have children with a woman other than his wife, and he only married once. These words were contradictory. I was wrong at the beginning. Young madam has a good life. She doesn't have to worry about food and clothing, and she has no worries. Naturally, she has a lot of children, the abbot said. Chapter 2:10. I might have made a mistake in the beginning. the abbot said fearfully. You can make a mistake in this kind of thing. Yu Songhuan could not remain calm. She had always been worshipping this Buddhist temple. She had always believed in it. It should be the birth characters from before. I made a mistake. Yu Songhuan was so angry that his face turned green. But did he think that this was the end? It was not. If it was just to ask him these questions, why did he bring him to the castle? If he wanted to bluff his way out of Di Haoyin, it would depend on whether he had the ability to do so. Was it really just a mistake in reading the birth characters? Di Haoyin seemed to be asking lightly, but people could hear a different mystery in his words. It made the people listening to him very confused. I really just read the birth characters wrongly. It was my mistake, the first mistake in history. Please forgive me, this is my fault. The abbot almost kowtowed to Di Haoyin. However, this humble gesture not only made people feel disdain, it made them even more afraid of Di Haoyin's unshakable high position. Di Haoyin did not harshly respond to the abbot's denial. Instead, he said calmly as if he was narrating, "You should be married, right? Are your wife and son in the countryside?" The abbot immediately became nervous and said, "There is no rule in our Buddhist temple that says we can't get married." "Of course you can get married, but I don't know if your son will live to send you off," Di Haoyin said lightly. However, his eyes were extremely sharp and cruel. What do you want to do?" The abbot was so scared that his face changed drastically. He looked at Yu Songhuan and Tang Bao with pleading eyes. He hoped that they would speak up for him and spare him this time. How could Tang Bao speak up for the abbot? She also wanted to know why the abbot was able to read her fate. From Di Haoyin's words, it seemed that there was something hidden in it. Yu Songhuan also wanted to know. Moreover, she didn't believe that her son could control the Di clan out of benevolence. From the first day she entered the Di clan, she knew that everyone was selfish. Everyone lived for themselves by hook or by crook. Therefore, it was even more impossible for her to speak up for the abbot. She had always hated being lied to, especially when this matter was related to her son. "Do I have to repeat myself?" Di Haoyin asked. I'm telling the truth. It's all true. I made a mistake in my calculations. Can you spare me? I'll do anything, just don't hurt my son. Once a person's weakness was exposed, it was easier to be controlled. This meant that the abbot was very afraid of others hurting his family. Monks were also human and had emotions and desires. Otherwise, how could they get married and have children? Looks like you won't give up until you see the coffin. Bring him in. Di Haoyin's face was cruel. Ju immediately walked out. The abbot was terrified. He didn't dare to think about who he would bring in. However, when he saw that the person who was brought in was his son, the abbot broke down. "Dad." This call immediately made the abbot surrender. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything." Ju then brought the 7 or 8-year-old child out. The abbot said, Someone asked me to do this. She said that as long as I did what she said and told the old madam, I would be rewarded handsomely. Tang Bao was surprised. There really was a shady inside story. "Who was it?" "It was a woman, but I don't know her. I just did what she said." Di Haoyin's voice was cold. "Bring him out." Ju brought the child out. Di Haoyin said to Tang Bao, "Go back to your room." Tang Bao glanced at Yu Songhuan, then stood up and left. "Don't eavesdrop." Tang Bao, who was about to climb up the stairs, staggered. He steadied himself and retorted with a red face, "I won't eavesdrop." After saying that, he turned and went upstairs. Seriously, her back was still facing him. How did Di Haoyin know that she wanted to eavesdrop? After returning to the room, Tang Bao lay on the bed and breathed a sigh of relief. Now the truth was out. She would never be childless in this life. Everything was because of that master, who would want to be childless for the rest of their life. Even if they didn't get married, they wouldn't think so. However, Di Haoyin's actions really warmed her heart. He didn't make her feel inferior and made her understand the matter clearly. She just didn't know who wanted to do it. What was the purpose? What benefits did they want? That master said it was a woman. Tang Bao knew a few women around him. Who could it be? Yu Songhuan knew that Di Haoyin had something to say. However, he still felt a little overwhelmed by the pressure he was releasing. "If you have something to say, just say it. I've wronged her. I hope you've wronged her. That way, she won't have to stay in the bungalow and do those tiring things, Di Haotian said. You're not teaching her. You're torturing her. Torturing her is the same as torturing your son. Yu Songhuan's expression changed. She didn't expect Di Haotian to make this matter sound so serious. I won't say anything else. You've seen it now. Someone used your belief in Buddhism to set a trap for you to force me to divorce Tang Bao. I can tell you now that I will never get a divorce in this life. As for the fact that I won't be childless, don't take it to heart. Tang Bao is still young. I don't plan to let her have children at an age when she wants to play, at least not now. Who doesn't have children after marriage? Yu Songhuan disagreed. That's what I mean, Di Haotian said. In other words, it had nothing to do with Tang Bao. Do you really want to sacrifice yourself like this? Give up your life's happiness? Is it my fault that you have to repay me like this? No one can force me to do what I don't want to do. Not even you, Di Haotian said. Do you care about her that much? What did she give you? No one can give me what she can give me. Tang Bao tossed and turned on the bed, thinking about what secrets Di Haotian and Yu Songhuan were going to talk about. And they didn't want her to eavesdrop? That's not right. Why did Di Haotian say that she was eavesdropping? Had she been caught eavesdropping before? It seemed like she had only eavesdropped once, right? The air was filled with invasiveness. Tang Bao sat up at the start. Di Haotian had already entered the bedroom. His tall figure had a strong presence. Di Haotian, what are you talking about? Why can't I eavesdrop? Tang Bao pouted. She jumped off the bed. Di Haotian looked at Tang Bao's youthful and active appearance. He thought that if she really gave birth to a child, other people would think that she was the older sister when they saw the teenage Tang Bao, right? However, Di Haotian really didn't want Tang Bao to have a child so early. Chapter 211. Di Haotian, what are you thinking about? Tang Bao saw Di Haotian staring at her in a daze and couldn't help but interrupt. I'm thinking about whether to continue what we didn't finish last night, Di Haotian said with his dark eyes. Tang Bao's little heart trembled. She took a few steps back from him. Di Haotian, it's broad daylight. Can't you think about something else? Tang Bao couldn't believe that she was asking Di Haotian about something so serious. He was actually thinking about such a shameful thing. Did he have to be so scary? Do I need to pick a time to do this? Di Haotian raised his dark eyebrows. Evil suddenly appeared. Didn't you already do it so many times last night? It doesn't seem to be enough. It seems... Tang Bao was scared silly. How could this person's needs be so terrifying? How is she going to live in the future? Wouldn't being treated by a fierce and powerful person like Di Haotian completely destroy her? Di Haotian saw her shrinking in fear and smiled with his dark eyes. This smile made Tang Bao even more frightened. Why did he smile? She felt that Di Haotian's smile was worse than his smile. It was especially scary. I'll let you go today. Di Haotian was evil and awe-inspiring. I'm going to the company. Di Haotian thought that she would be bored in the castle alone if she went to the company to play. So he said, I'll send you there. Are you going out too? Tang Bao asked. To tea. On the way back to tea after sending Tang Bao back to the company, Hiju asked, Young master, do you still want to investigate the Buddhist temple? No need. Young master, you know who's behind it. There's no one else who went to the bungalow except for Li Yuhuai. Di Haotian didn't even need to investigate to know. This kind of insignificant skill was nothing in front of him. As expected of a family, they're all the same. Hiju said, otherwise, why would it be called the death of the whole family? Di Haotian's eyes flashed with ruthlessness. Why are you here? Seeing Tang Bao walk in with ease, Wan Malay, who was working, stood up curiously and walked forward to ask, how could a conscientious person like me not come to the company? Tang Bao said without blushing or skipping a beat. Wan Malay really wanted to despise him, but in the end, she didn't because she was afraid that Tang Bao would make her work like an ox or a horse again. After young Master Di came back, the two of them didn't get intimate, but looking at you, I don't think anything happened. How did you know? Tang Bao was more curious than her. Her gait is light, and there are no gaps in her gait. Will it be like that the first time? Tang Bao asked. Yes, just like that. Isn't that too ugly? Tang Bao learned something new. It's not always like that. You can walk normally after you recover, Wan Malay said. Tang Bao thought, if she really did what Di Hao Ian did, would she still be able to recover? That person even said that she wouldn't be able to get out of bed for a week. She didn't want to talk about this topic with Wan Malay. She felt that she would be pressured. So she changed the topic. Let me tell you something. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Is it about me? Wan Malay asked nervously. It's yours, a bad thing. Tang Bao looked at her speechlessly. Why is my life so hard? Wan Malay wailed. If it's yours, I'll definitely laugh 3 times. It's not mine. It's the abbot who said that I can't have children. Do you still remember? Tang Bao didn't want to talk nonsense with her and asked. It's only been a few days. Of course, I remember. Why? After Di Hao Ian came back and found out about it, he went to investigate. Then he found out that someone was behind it. Damn, that's too wicked. Who is it? I don't know. Di Hao Ian didn't say. I don't know if he knows. On the surface, it seems like he doesn't know. If we find out, we should torture that person for 3 days and 3 nights. Wan Malay said angrily. I think I might know who it is. Tang Bao touched his chin and looked very thoughtful. No way. Even Di Hao Ian doesn't know. You know? Wan Malay didn't believe it. He didn't experience it personally. It's normal that he doesn't know. Also, don't underestimate my intelligence. Don't underestimate me. You're making life difficult for yourself. Tang Bao said arrogantly. Okay. I won't underestimate you. Tell me, there are a few suspects. First, it's Xiao Rui. Didn't she always dislike me and want me to divorce Di Hao Ian? Second, it's Lan Wanru. She likes Di Hao Ian. It seems like everyone in the Di family knows that. She's even more scheming than Xiao Rui. She wants to replace me. She's better than any other woman. Third, it's you. What the hell? Why are you counting me? Wan Malay was shocked. He looked at Tang Bao, flabbergasted. Don't be so nervous. I'm just taking into account the women around me. Wan Malay said with a black face. You shouldn't count me. You should count all the women who like Di Hao Ian. That's too many. It's not easy to check. How many women like Di Hao Ian? That would take a few laps around D City. Don't talk about the first and second. Just tell me who's the most suspicious. Isn't that enough? He was really long-winded. It's Lan Wanru. Why? Think about it. The only people who went to the bungalow were Li Yuhuai and Lan Wanru. And it was the two of them who took the initiative to talk about having a child. They even asked Di Hao Ian's mother to do a divination. How could she be so sure that I would be the one with the wrong results? Since it was good, why did she have to do a divination? So she made preparations first, bribed the abbot, and waited for Di Hao Ian's mother to come. Tang Bao said, that seems to make a lot of sense. That's right. If they didn't mention it, Di Hao Ian's mother wouldn't have thought of doing a divination. She wanted me to do the housework. Tang Bao shook his head and said sadly, then you have to guard against them in the future. I've always been on guard. It's still a mistake. Tang Bao curled his lips. But you don't have to worry. With the young master around, you don't have to be afraid of anything. Is that so? It seems to be true. Tang Bao's eyes had a sweet smile as he leaned on the desk. His chest suddenly rubbed against the edge of the desk. Tang Bao cried out in pain. He quickly covered his chest with his hand. What's wrong? You have chest pain again? Wan Malay asked. How did you know? You have a chronic illness, right? It started when you were in school. You really don't need to go to the hospital? Wan Malay, who didn't know the inside story, asked with concern. Tang Bao's face turned red. No need. I just accidentally bumped into it. That's true. What's true? It's too big. It's easy to bump into it. Chapter 2:12. Tang Bao felt uneasy. Based on the force yesterday, it was very likely that it would be damaged. While the two of them were talking, there was a knock on the office door. Chen Shu walked in and said, President Tang, someone wants to see you. Who is it? It's that big star, Vice President Zhou's ex-wife, Yulian Lian, Chen Shu said. My idol is here. Before Tang Bao could say anything, Wan Malay shouted, "You won't let her in, will you?" "I won't. What can you do to me?" Tang Bao pursed his lips and said to Chen Shu, "Let her in." He did not look at Wan Malay's flattering and grateful smile. He felt that his eyes would hurt if he looked at her. He just did not know why Yu Lianlian was looking for her. They were not that close. After Yu Lianlian came in, she was simply dressed in jewelry. Without Tang Bao saying anything, Wan Malay had already prepared tea. She gently placed it in front of Yu Lianlian. Yu Lianlian smiled and said, "Thank you. You're welcome. It's what I should do." After Wan Malay said that, she left the office. Tang Bao sat down on the sofa and asked, "You came here specially to look for me?" "Yes. You're Zhou Zhishan's boss. I feel happy that you're suppressing him." Tang Bao thought to himself, "I'm not suppressing him. I've been divorced from Zhou Zhishan for 3 years. I've always regretted it. But I didn't expect that when I mentioned divorce, he would immediately agree." Tang Bao thought to himself, "Why is Di Hao Ian not so easy to talk to? But why did Yu Lianlian come here to talk to me about this? I want to remarry him, and I want your help." Yu Lianlian said directly, "You want my help? How can I help? This is Zhou Zhishan's private matter. Even if I'm his boss, I can't interfere in this." Tang Bao was embarrassed. "I'm not asking you to really say anything to him. As long as you create opportunities for the two of us from time to time, it'll be fine. If you really want to remarry him so badly, you can use sincere actions to move him. The effect may be better," Tang Bao said. "I've already tried many methods, but he's still indifferent. I only came to you because I had no other choice. I'm sorry. This is your private matter. I really can't do anything about it." How could Tang Bao agree to such a thing? She wasn't that bored. If the two of them really couldn't be together, was she going to get involved? It was too inappropriate. "If I show you something, how about we trade? If you agree to help me, I'll show you what I have here." "What is it?" "It's something you're very interested in. What if you're lying to me and I agree?" Yu Lianlian did not make any deal with her. She took out her phone, flipped through it twice, and handed it to Tang Bao. "You can flip to the back." When Tang Bao saw the photo album on the phone, she was stunned. In the photo, Xiao Rui walked out of the neighborhood and got into a car that she was very familiar with. After getting into the car drove away. I happened to be filming in that neighborhood that day and saw this scene. I was thinking, are all rich men like this, eating from the bowl and looking at the pot? I don't want Zhou Zhishan to be such a person. I want to return to Zhou Zhishan's side so much because I don't want to be taken away by another woman. You're different. What you want is to strengthen your position. In the end, the two of us are similar, Yu Lianlian said. "When was this taken?" Tang Bao asked. "I remember very clearly. It was last Thursday, around 5 o'clock. I was finishing work and preparing for dinner." Tang Bao calculated which time Di Hao Ian did not return to the castle for dinner. She thought of the day when she and Wan Malay went to the Ling brand store and met Lan Wanru. Di Hao Ian said that he had something to do and would not return to the castle, so she pulled Wan Malay along for dinner. She thought that Di Hao Ian was busy with business, but it turned out that he went to see Xiao Rui. Why did Xiao Rui not appear for so long? Was it because Di Hao Ian was looking for her? So it did not matter whether she divorced Di Hao Ian or not. How about it? This thing is very important to you, right? Then let's exchange. How about it? Tang Bao did not say anything. She deleted the photo on the phone and handed the phone to Yu Lianlian. Yu Lianlian smiled. "Even if you didn't delete it, I would have deleted it after showing it to you. Aren't you afraid that Di Hao Ian will find out?" Tang Bao asked. Yu Lianlian maintained a smile on her face and said confidently, "You're not that kind of person. I'm telling you out of kindness so that you won't be kept in the dark. You know what Di Hao Ian does, so you don't have to make a scene. This is the most important thing for a woman to fail at." Tang Bao thought to himself, "That's not necessarily true. I never play by the rules. How about it? Do you agree to help me? It's okay if you don't agree. I won't be angry." "I'll think about it," Tang Bao said. After Yu Lianlian left, she added, "I'll think about it, my ass." Wan Malay, who walked in, heard it and asked, "What's your ass?" "I fed her a fart," Tang Bao said. Seeing that Wan Malay did not get angry, she asked, You don't have a problem with it? You seem to be in a bad mood. What's wrong? Wait until I ask clearly before you get angry. You're so annoying. Tang Bao was so angry that she leaned on the desk. What exactly did you Lian say to you? Should I believe in Di Hao Qian? Tang Bao looked up and asked again. What's wrong with the young master? Yu Yinlian took a photo of Zhang Xiaorai getting into Di Hao Yan's car and showed it to me. It was that day, the day I took you out for a meal and went shopping. I met Lan Wanru and made her faint. Do you remember? I remember. The young master even called you back. What's the problem? Wan Malay was surprised. Did the young master and Xiao Rui go on a date? You think so too, right? I'm not being unreasonable, am I? Tang Bao slammed the table and stood up. But why did the young master look for Xiao Rui? Wan Malay did not understand. He must think that Xiao Rui is better than me and wants to go back to her. Wan Malay comforted Tang Bao. They're probably just having a meal. It's nothing. Why do they have to go for a meal? Why would the two of them have a meal together? Wan Malay was speechless. She racked her brains to think of a reason, but she could not think of one. The key point was that Xiao Rui was no longer the savior of the young master's mother. So, why would he have a meal with Xiao Rui? Wan Malay could not say it, and Tang Bao was also lying on the desk in a low mood. I know why Di Hao Yin went to Xiao Rui, she said sullenly. Why? Because I didn't do that kind of thing with him, so he went to Xiao Rui. Oh, would he? Why not? Tang Bao asked back. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.